All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. We had a great day in the market. I sure did, and many of our traders did. So hopefully, you guys took advantage of that. Good morning, Peter. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I am doing horrible, actually. I had a terrible sleep,
Oh,
and
man.
like I'm hungover without the benefit of the night before.
Yeah, that's not cool, man.
Just not,
Yeah.
not doing well.
Oh, man, sorry to
So,
hear that. My wife is not doing well, man. She's home today, and she's definitely not feeling too good. So, hopefully, we can keep it contained, whatever it is. I mean, it's madness. It's madness. So,
hopefully, it won't spread over the microphone. I think that's good.
exactly.
Whatever
Exactly.
it is.
All right, friends, quick look at our gappers list this morning, see what's going on there. If we take a look here, tradingterminal.com brings you this beautiful gappers list. And on here, friends, you have a bunch of stuff in the green today. So, and again, the usual suspects. Bitcoin obviously up this morning. See a Clean Spark, Mara, MSTR are on here today. You got Hood. So you got a bunch of tickers in the green this morning that we're very familiar with. Rivian with some news, factory opening. That's nice. So it's so funny how the timing works. So they had bad news a couple of days ago, and then it's like they held this news in case that one went bad, and now they got good news. I mean, it's Peter, you work corporate life. You know these things don't happen just randomly. So very, very interesting. So they got approved for that. And then the gap down side of things, we got a couple of tickers. The quantum stuff not doing so hot. They had a nice pop yesterday, but today giving some of that back. So, let's dive into our U.S. economic calendar and see what is going on there, Peter.
Yeah, yesterday was some tough markets to trade. We're hoping for a much better and more straightforward day, I would say, today. On the economic calendar, we do have a couple of items that came out. Both building permits and housing starts came out this morning. And I guess it's good news for the market, but good news for the economy anyways. Both were higher. So the expectation on the housing starts was 1.3 million. We came out at 1.5 million. Oh, you have the economic calendar. Sorry, I didn't update it.
Oh, okay. Let me take that off. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you had that back on the screen. All right, sorry. And then the building permits, 1.46 was the expectation, 1.48 was the delivered. So a little bit more than expected on that side as well. So I guess it's good news. Anybody out there bought a home? Well, apparently you're helping out the economy. Good for you. That's really all we have for today. It's relatively quiet. I mean, it's a Friday, so you don't expect as much economic data. I mean, it's not the only thing that we have. We have at 9:15, we have the industrial production and capacity utilization numbers. Those don't usually move the market. So, but that being said, the market has been a little more reactive to some of the economic data that it has in the past. So when we get there this morning in this show, I'll let you know those numbers. We'll see if they have a market impact. But that's it. After that, it's going to be quiet all afternoon. So let's hope that gives us a chance to just trade stocks without interference from the economy. I want to remind everybody, by the way, that we have a holiday coming up on Monday, right? Martin Luther King Day happening on Monday. Also happens to be inauguration of the 47th U.S. president. Is that? I think that's what it is. Anyways,
Yep. Yep.
next president is being inaugurated on Monday. So Trump, President-elect Trump, will say the oath and take office once again. But the markets will be closed on Monday, right? So we'll be watching that. So you have all day to watch it if you want. But then we'll be back again on Tuesday for a full day of trading and activity here in the chat room. So just keep that in mind, guys, because I don't know if that's going to affect the market trading today, but it might, right? Usually market closures have some effect, but it is a Friday, so I'm more or less expecting normal Friday type activity.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's take a quick look at our gappers list here. Let's start with the first one, which is Nuke. What a ticker. NUKK is on deck right now. So Nuke is up 60%, Peter. I mean, this is high flying. Oh, wow, look at this. Let's go back to the list here. So these are okay. I thought these were all low flows, but these are with a B. So these are huge ones. JD obviously and Intel. But the first two low flow tickers leading the way this morning. Nuke obviously up 60% right now. 3.7 million shares traded. And then we also have the next one, which we look at in just a second here. So Nuke, guys, again, high flying this morning, Peter, as high as 37, back down to 32, as low as 26. Man, this is in play. What's the latest and greatest?
Well, Nuke, it's not really good news. Basically, they're under the threat of being delisted, and basically the Nasdaq has said, "All right, you're okay to continue to trade on the markets." So that's good news for them overall, but it really just means they get to continue doing what they're doing. So usually this doesn't result in good trading opportunities for a stock when they, resolve their delisting threat. That being said, I'm surprised. 3.8 million shares almost traded this morning, and I sort of like the look of it. It's not that bad.
It's interesting, man. I do like the pre-market action on it. It's
Uh,
obviously you gotta
yeah.
be very careful on this thing, but I want to have it on my risky pile, so I'm gonna put it here on my risky pile. It'll be on my secondary list. Um, it's a low flow. Gotta be extremely cautious with this one, guys. But I like the volume. I like the move here, and I wonder if our buddy Jab is already in long or short from somewhere here. All right, let's take a look at the next one. BTCT today. We are up 31%, 1.8 million shares traded. BTC Digital. We've seen this in our list in the past. They're making some noise this morning, Peter. Very nice pop here. And this is a Bitcoin play, right? I believe.
What the heck do they do? Computer hardware. Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
The
Could be.
Chinese computer hardware company. They're probably doing Bitcoin stuff. Sounds like it.
Yeah, it does. BTC Digital, that
Yeah.
sounds like that. So, all right, excellent. Let's take a look here, friends. Is any news on it, Peter, or no? I know it's hard to get
Well,
news on these.
it's the new. The news on it is normally one that has companies gapping down. They actually have a secondary offering, but it's not that big. I'm just looking here. They're issuing another 1.1 million shares at an aggregate price of $8. So, I mean, that's above the current trading price, which is good. I'm surprised that they're issuing it at that price because why would you buy that? Just buy your stocks off the open market. You get a deal.
Yep.
But anyways, that's apparently what they're doing. Now, that being said, they only have a 4 million share float, so another million shares is a significant addition, 25% addition to their float there. But again, normally that causes stocks to move down. So, Carlos, maybe there's something else going on here with BTCT, but if there is, I don't see it.
Very, very strange that we're moving up on this news. But yeah. So, I want to keep it here just to see what's this about. So I'm going to keep it on my secondary. Again, I don't think I'm be trading this one, but I want to see why we're getting this reaction. So BTC will go on my secondary for now, and we'll see how that plays out. All right, next on the list, one that we know very well, and the rest of them also two MSTR, CleanSpark, Mara, I mean, Intel, right? I mean, all of these on here, especially heavy on Bitcoin stuff. Let's take a look at JD first. JD is up here 5.7, 514,000 shares trade. So big pop this morning. Anything going on with JD, Peter? Or any other Chinese tickers on here?
Yeah, some of the Chinese tickers have been moving recently. We've had this weird varied news, right? If you remember earlier this week, we were talking a little bit about them. Just EV sales are up about 25%. We had news yesterday related to Apple, but it was only because it was in China. But Apple lost their number one spot in terms of number of phones, I guess, distributed out there. They've slipped to number two. And then of course there's been a lot of silence on their economy. The Chinese economy, we know, has been not doing all that well, faltering, and that's kept all of these stocks quiet overall. And things aren't generally going well when the Chinese government is quiet. Because usually they're out there talking positively about the economy when it's going well, and they go quiet when it's not going well. All of that combined with the fact that there is rumors, Carlos, have you caught these about that there's a new big pandemic-like virus in China that the government's trying to keep quiet?
I I heard of that. I'm getting some not so great flashbacks, but yeah, I heard of that. And who knows how
I
big it
think,
actually is?
yeah,
Um,
I
they
think
better
we all
contain
have
this
some
thing, man.
PTSD.
They better contain this
Yeah, I
stuff. Well, we
know.
had it. No, it's too soon. Too soon.
I know. It's nobody wants to talk about that. So again, who knows, right? I mean, is that fact? Is it fiction? I have no idea, right? It's impossible to tell. But I'm thinking that's helping keeping stocks down generally over the last little while. So all of that, means that the Chinese offerings really are not great to trade right now because they're just feeling depressed and nobody really wants to put money in and behind them. So JD, I don't really see any news on it this morning. I mean, it started out of Hong Kong. It looks like that the Hong Kong market has been a little bit positive this morning. If I look, it looks like it's up on the morning. So which is I guess a good thing, but I can't tell you why. Like I'm not sure what's happening. I don't think it's that significant, but
Yeah.
you know what? I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone today. Let's head on down here, guys, on our gap up list. I see Wolf, but this is WULF, so a little bit different. This is up 6%. Light volume 372,000, so not a whole lot as far as volume. Daily doesn't look that great. It is a 285 million shares float. Terra Wolf. This sounds like Bitcoin type name. I don't even know what that is, or some computing, but not sure, Peter. I'm probably gonna skip this one.
Yeah, I think Wolf has been on our list a couple of times. They are, I don't know, they're dabbling their fingers in all sorts of different things, right? They do a little bit of Bitcoin mining. They do, they're a financial services company because they're officially listed in the capital markets. I've tried to keep an eye on this just to see what it's going to do. I don't. I haven't found good trading on it. There's something about the way it moves. I think it's just a little unpredictable. I mean, the volume is low here this morning. If you look at that daily chart, you can just see how it's sort of like all these overlapping candles up and down and like all over itself. Like that's just not smooth price action if you look day to day. And then within the day, I sort of get the same feeling. If you look at the yesterday's trading, for example, you could just see like on a 5 minute chart, these candles, there's movement in them, but they're
Yeah.
so overlapping. Like how would you, there's no way to reliably sort of trade this. So I think we should be avoiding this.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. That does not look good at all. So we'll skip on that one. Heading back to our gappers list, friends. Let's take a look at Bitcoin stuff, right? So we have Mara, MSTR, Riot, Clean Spark, Hood, you name it. They're on here this morning. Um, Peter, obviously some good stuff happening there, driving the market up.
Well, cryptocurrency is up. We talked about Bitcoin and its Bitcoin price, right? We know that it's significant, that $100,000 mark, and right at this moment, Bitcoin is sitting at $102,769.46 for a Bitcoin. So there you go. It's on the move, and it's been rising sort of all morning here, coming from about 99,300 at about midnight last night, all the way through the early morning. It's been rising up here to where it currently sits. So that's going to give a little bit of a rise to all of the crypto offerings. How far will it go? I don't know. This is normally the type of move it'll do on over a weekend. So interesting that it'll have 3 days of market closure, right, for Bitcoin to move. And if it holds this price over 102, I would say through the trading day today, it's actually setting up for a good weekend. I would not be surprised to come back and talk to you on Tuesday and see Bitcoin over 110. There you go. You heard it here. But I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. I really don't. But it's been moving very solidly. And I said normally you see it quite much more choppy, I would say, than the move I see in the early hours here this morning.
Yeah. I like a Mara and I do like MSTR. Mara a little bit more stable, so less risky. MSTRs could be, the wild wild west at times, but I will add it on here. I think it's worth watching, and when it gets in play, it can trade very very well. They got a nice daily too, so I love this daily here. I like the daily on Mara as well. It looks very clean. I really like them this morning going into this weekend. Given the next administration is somewhat positive on Bitcoin, so that's going to help them out a lot. All right, let's go. You pick your favorite guys. You got Riot. You got a bunch on here on this Gappers list brought to you by TrainTerminal.com. You can pick whichever are your favorites. There's different ones. I know MSTR. It's a higher risk appetite, so just be mindful of that. But there's other ones you could trade that have less risk, less volatility. Can sometimes be easier to manage. So it depends on your cup of tea there. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Rivian and American Airlines. Oh man, there's a few good ones. Rivian, American Airlines, POTR. Nah, let's go through all of them. I was gonna skip for the sake of time, but these all look good. Let's go Rivian first here and see what we have going on with Rivian. So at the moment, we have 1.8 million shares traded. Some positive news for them today or last night. Up 2.6. Peter, this looks nice. Maybe setting up for a nice run here towards the upside.
Yeah, well, I guess there's really sort of a couple of things going on with Rivian. Carlos, you mentioned one about them. They've been working on a new plant, so they've got new manufacturing facilities that are coming online. Second, there's unconfirmed reports that they're going to expand their relationship with Volkswagen. I don't know, guys, if you guys remember, but we did mention that a couple of months ago. I think it might have been early December. Anyways, it was certainly last year when we were talking about Rivian partnering with Volkswagen, and that's good news for them. That being said, Volkswagen has partnered actually with a few EV companies, so they're not alone in that. But it's unsubstantiated. Volkswagen has not come out and said yay or nay that they're expanding that partnership, but Rivian has said that they are. And then the third, Rivian just finalized a upsized loan agreement with the U.S. Department of Energy. This is a $6.6 billion financing program that they've established to help with their Georgia manufacturing facility. So, they've got money, they've got partners, and they've got new manufacturing capacity. So it's all good news for Rivian today. I think there's good reason for this to be on the move. Carlos, I say it with a little hesitation only because Rivian is another one of those stocks that I get excited about and I think, oh, this is going to be a great trader. And then I get into the day and it just it acts weird.
Let's see
So
down.
I'm hoping today it lets
Yeah.
me down. It's got 1.9 million shares traded. It does not look great pre-market, but you know what? I'm probably going to watch it anyways because hope springs eternal, and I'll keep hoping that Rivian's going to do something fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna add it to my list. I do like the daily as well. Here has ran up before in the past, pretty nice. But I'm with you. It's a hit or miss. When it can be really great, and then it can be really really trash. And we've seen this. Look at this stretch here, just nastiness, right? Again, I'm hoping this news can give us some type of this kind of activity. Maybe not so big, but maybe something like these days in here. A couple of bucks could be really really nice. So let's see how it goes. Raven will go on the list here. We can always, if we don't see anything we like, the market opens, we can always move it down and take one of our secondary lists and move those up. All right, tradeterminal.com. Let's take a look here. What else we have? We have American Airlines. So let's take a look at that one. It's always usually fun to trade. I don't see a lot of volume though. So they're up this morning, 2.3. I know Delta. I think it's the only. I think Delta is the only one that reported. They report very early. Any other one? Anything else on American Airlines? Not sure why they're moving up this morning.
Let's see. They did get an upgrade this morning. I'm not sure if that's the cause of it. Bank of America did upgrade them and increased their target price from $12 to $20. You guys already know probably how I feel about analyst upgrades and downgrades. So do with that what you will. But yeah, that's the only news I really see on American.
All right, so nothing really significant. And then the other one I had on here was PLTR. So let's take a look at PLTR and see what that's doing today. We got 1 million shares traded, trying to get a little bit of a bounce here. Has some good movement yesterday. As you can see here, went up and then came right back down. So actually the first half of the day was really, really good. Deeper pullbacks than what we like to see, right? These can stop many people out, but eventually the bigger move did end up working out. Other than that, the rest of the day was kind of pretty flat for the most part. I'm not sure. PLTR, I like PLTR. I think it has a lot of potential here. I'm definitely going to put it in a secondary. I think it needs to be on the list. Whether it's going to be on my main list, I'm not sure about that, but I will have it on a secondary. How about yourself, Peter?
Yeah, as I said, I well, PLTR is another one of those stocks that I watch it every day. It's on one of my lists. I keep it here because people seem to keep getting great trades on it, but that's not me. I don't.
Yes, I know, man.
I
I'm
keep saying
FOMOing half of the time.
exactly. People in the room, seem to be getting these great trades, and I never seem to be on that on that
Uh,
train. So
yep, yep.
I'll keep watching it, but
Yeah, I'm with you. And that's part of the reason why I also want to watch. I feel like I don't want to miss out on the move and the great trades you guys are taking in chat and on YouTube as well. You guys are crushing this ticker. Oh, I messed up a thing here. 1 second. I moved my charts and it messed up the layout. So I'm going to go over here and upload my default again. And, oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on a second. We'll exit this one. What did I do here? Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and redo this again. My default demo, where is it? It should just come right up. Okay, there it is. That thing is coming. All right. Yeah, I moved the charts and it kind of everything got weird on me. I'm like, what did I just do? But my montage is locked, so there's no issues there. All right, friends, let's get to it. So, Peter, anything else on the gap up that you like? We looked at POTR, we looked at American Airlines, we looked at Rivian. I don't see anything else on here. Anything else that you like this morning?
there's a few things. I mean, look, almost everything is green, so you can pick what you want. I always like the semiconductor sector. It keeps giving me good trading day after day after day. So you've got AMD and Nvidia, as you guys know, are my favorite two in that sector. Intel moving this morning. INTC, not one that I normally watch, but they look, they were the darling of this industry, right? I mean, arguably, they sort of created the industry. I mean, I remember back in the day when the 80s, it was Intel inside, right? You had to have an Intel chip. Remember the original Pentium chips, and everybody wanted a Pentium in their computer. And anyways, we're long past those days, aren't we? Where they dominated this market. So, um, but now there's rumors that they may actually be bought out. That people are looking potentially to acquire them. They've fallen that far where they are suspect, it's possible that someone may acquire them, and it may not be a friendly acquisition. So we'll see what happens with Intel. But the rumors today that they may be acquired are out there. There was rumors that it may be like companies like Qualcomm or even
Mm.
Broadcom that are potentially looking at them. We'll see what happens. But Intel's up almost 9% today on 9 million shares. That's a lot of volume from Intel and a lot more than they normally trade at this point in the day. And you can see they're gapping up above this whole consolidation they've had for the last month and a half. So I think it's worth paying attention to. I said normally I won't watch Intel, but it might be worth keeping an eye on this morning. The other one that I would mention was Apple. We know that Apple had a big down day yesterday on the sort of unfortunate news on their sales cycle out of China not doing all that well. Craig, your writer's pointing. This is like old Pentium. Look at that with a CD coming right into the chip. Man, that's aging itself. That graphic there. Anyways, I had a good trade on Apple into the close yesterday. My signature 1 to 10 trade, the only trade I actually ended up taking yesterday, worked well. Pretty textbook trade right on that. So I'm thinking Apple might do a little bit of a rebound play. It likes to go up on Fridays, so I'm going to keep an eye on Apple as well. There's lots of things to watch out there. You guys can pick pretty much whichever one you want and keep an eye on it. Those are probably the top ones that I'm going to go watch.
Uh, yeah, man. I like Intel here. This looks very, very good. So I will add this one to my list. Here's INTC. Yeah, looking very nice. All right, friends, let's go over to the gap down list and see what is going on there. I have QUBT leading the way. QUBT. Is the charts looking good? Are they in the center here? I moved them, and I don't know if they're in the center the way they are. Peter,
Yeah, they look okay.
they're good? Okay,
Look
all
good
right.
to me.
Hopefully the
Yeah.
price is not cutting out here. All right,
No.
QUBT. On deck this morning, we are down 5%, 1.9 million shares traded. They traded well yesterday. They had a nice little pop. Took advantage of that around 1 o'clock. It was later in the day, if I remember correctly here, the time. But today they're giving some back. So QUBT dropping a little bit. I don't see QBTS on the list. They're a little bit more
No, it's
flat. They're actually green. Yeah.
yeah. I was going to say QBTS is doing its own thing this morning. Most of the rest of the sector is down, but QBTS is bucking the trend and actually green, not by much, but it is green compared to RGTI and IonQ and all the rest that are gapping down this morning. So I don't know what that means, but there you have it.
Yeah, yeah. I traded this one. This was the one I traded. QBTS had a nice little pop right over here. I was at 12. So right in here had a nice little pop. So that was fun. Oh, I'm not showing you guys the right chart. Here we go. The
It-
5 minute.
There,
There it is. Nice little pop
it
there.
seems like suddenly we're getting a whole lot of piling on here on quantum. I find it interesting
Yeah.
that there's an article out this morning that in a recent speech, that John Chambers. I don't know if you remember John Chambers. I used to work with him, sort of. Anyways, I met him a few times. He was the CEO of Cisco back in the day when Cisco Systems,
Mm,
Cisco, not the food services company, Cisco
the
the
servers,
tech
right?
company.
Yeah.
Well, they make Cisco was making routing equipment. They were a competitor to Nortel.
Oh, the internet routing. I remember that. Oh man, I
Yeah,
had one of those blue
yeah.
black ones. Oh yeah, we're going back here.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
good. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Tunde, you caught that, eh? A little bit of a name drop there. Anyways, but we used to have to work together on some of the deals back in the day. But anyways, so he's long since left Cisco Systems. But in whatever a tech conference presentation he made, he says he agrees with the CEOs of Nvidia and Meta that quantum computing is still decades away from being profitable and sort of viable as an active computing technology, which I find interesting because I feel that Zuckerberg only said that because Jensen said it. So we've
Right.
got this interesting, yeah, me too, right? I want some attention. Yeah, quantum
Yeah,
computing.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
This
being a
was
little
hot.
jaded, but yeah, it feels like it's a hot topic. You want to get your name back into the news, you just sort of speak out against quantum. So yeah, Zuck's like, because I think if you go back and look at Zuckerberg's quote, it was, well, I hear other people are saying that. And he didn't
Right.
even
Yeah.
he didn't even try and portray it as his own thought. I'll give him that at least. He just said, yeah, other people are saying it. I think I agree with that. And now Chambers is saying, yeah, I also agree with the two of them, but it's really only agreeing with the one person who said it, and everybody's like, yeah, what he said. So yeah, the big Me Too movement. Anyways, no, we shouldn't do that. We can't co-opt that. But anyways,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, whatever. It's causing quantum to continue to be in the conversation, right? So good
Mm-hmm.
or bad, you know what they say, right? All press is good press.
That's right.
So maybe it's good for quantum. Look, if it keeps the volumes up and keeps giving us trading opportunities, I'm all for that. I mean, once again, yesterday, RGTI, for example, yesterday traded another 250 million shares. So I mean, it's certainly working for them. They're continuing to get volume. Like, it just blows my mind when I look at the volume, by the way, on
Yep.
RGTI every single day. So didn't move in a big range, by the way. So maybe it's calming down, but the volume hasn't gone away. So keep it rolling, guys. Come on, former
Yep.
CEOs out there, keep making comments. If it keeps the quantum computing space fun to trade, I'm all for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Fred, let's see what's capping down this morning here on TradingTerminal.com. I'm looking at NVO is the one next. IonQ, we kind of spoke about this a little bit. I'm going to be watching that one too. The next two we haven't spoke about is NVO and VST. So let's take a look at those and see how they're doing. So VST this morning That's a nice drop. Vistra Corp. So nice little drop here in the pre-market. Has since then recovered a little bit, trying to go green. Is this earnings? Are there? I think I might have saw this on the earnings calendar when I was going through it. Um, which, by the way, guys, earnings on a Tuesday at 3:30. We're gonna be doing a special on the Netflix release. So we'll be doing that on Netflix earnings on Tuesday. We'll come on here on YouTube at 3:30, and we'll go all the way to about 4:30 to the earnings hour release. So make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned. That's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna bring a couple of people on. I'm gonna ask if Peter, if you're available, come on with us. That'll be fun too. And then I got other people I want to invite as well for their insights. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely tune in for that. So Peter, this is on here. It looks good.
Oh, where'd you go, Carlos?
I'm here.
Am I still here? Oh, there you
You're
are.
here.
Okay. You just
Yep.
sort of. All right, we're still here. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounded like the sound cut out for a second there. I'm trying to figure out here why Vistra is being mentioned in this article. The bad
Okay.
news seems to be continuing in California. We all know about the fires that are out there. Well, the fires continue. In fact, one of the um, okay, so one of the region's largest battery power plants, um, it was forced to evacuate when it caught fire. So yesterday afternoon, about 1,500 people were evacuated from the Moss Landing plant when this power plant caught fire. That power plant is owned by Vistra Corp. So that's
Mm.
probably why it's gapping down and it's in the news today. So yeah, it's not good news for California. Obviously, not good news for Vistra. Looks like everybody got out safely, so that's the good news out of this. But
Right.
yeah, that's a pretty big plant to have gone up in flames.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the insurance is going to take care of all this, but we got to see what the losses will end up being here. But anyways, that they quick drop. Probably realize it's not that bad. The market's reacting. It's about to go back to where it came from. So not sure how great this is going to trade. The volume is there. Would love to see this a little bit later to see how that looks. So I will add it to my secondary list because it is moving nice this morning with some news behind it. A ticker that we normally don't look at. So it'll be nice to see how that looks in a couple of minutes here. All right, that covers our gap up and gap down. Peter, as far as gapping up and down today, do you have anything on your list that maybe we have not covered yet?
Well, I mean, we covered the gap up stuff. The gap down is a lighter list today because everything is looking, or most things are looking green. I noticed Pfizer was gapping down this morning. Pfizer typically doesn't get a lot of pre-market volume. The pre-market action looks horrible on it. Um, they had a
What's the
little bit
ticker
of
on that?
a PFE. PFE. Um, Interesting sort of hit piece on. I don't know whether to call it a hit piece. J.P. Morgan released a sort of an article saying that they think Pfizer that their drug pipeline is very low, and they're concerned about Pfizer being able to maintain their target profitability and revenue without a better healthcare drug pipeline. So interesting. Normally, J.P. Morgan doesn't release that type of statement. It's usually sort of fluffy, puffy pieces, in my opinion. But Carlos, what were you saying about them before? It feels like they're angry.
Uh, JP Morgan is mad. JP Morgan is really
Yeah.
mad. I'm telling you, they got to come. I think it's like almost five. It's a lot of workers these guys have, and they're pushing to get them all to come back to office instead of working from home. So they're not happy, especially here in New
So,
York. Um,
yeah. So maybe it's coloring their judgments on other companies. They seem to be issuing a lot of negative statements on companies, a lot of downgrades, and here's a little again a piece against Pfizer. So, anyways,
yep.
yeah, whether that's going to make it tradable today or not, I don't know. But I just happened to notice that in the news. So, other than that, yeah, I don't have anything else gapping down.
All right, awesome. All right, friends, let's take it to you guys to see what you guys like this morning. I'm looking in our chat room here, friends. So let's take a look at what tickers you guys are watching today. Pop and Pop, you're giving us Amazon. No, it's a stock we usually have on deck watching here. So let's take a look at Amazon this morning. Oh, wow, look at this nice. Oh, Amazon is it's looking good here, Peter. I mean, I like this move that we're getting in the pre-market. We are up 1.7. We went from doing nothing, if you look at here in the pre-market action, nothing at all to just kind of getting this action. So not sure what is driving that there. As I mentioned before, Amazon's been selling down pretty good. Every gap up on the daily, if you look at it here, seems to just find a way to sell down, even on the good days. So a lot of red days on here. But this morning, I really like what I'm seeing on Amazon. So, Peter, not sure if there's anything else driving this move here, but look at it go.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing. I'm not really seeing any news on Amazon. I mean, like, it's always tough to wade through the news on something like Amazon because such a large company. There's always news going on all over the
Yeah.
place. But yeah, I don't see anything that. I mean, BMO raised their price. It wasn't really an upgrade. They just changed their price target for Amazon. But okay, that's great. They raised their price to $265 from $236 as a target. Again, you know, okay, I whatever. You know how I like to ignore analysts. Um, uh, I don't know. I don't see anything else. So yeah, maybe it's just natural market movement. Today might be Amazon's day. So like, Carlos, I agree with you. Look at that price action so far in the pre-market. That's very directional. So maybe Amazon's going to continue to grow. We'll see.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing there. I'm going to add it to my list. That gives me one, two, three, four, five tickers. I'll have room for one more if anything else pops up. But let's see what you guys have. Back into
Hmm.
our chat. Soundhound. Let's see. Soundhound. Also, something happened at 8 o'clock. Things are just looking good. Is the market, yeah, it's the market is starting to head northeast here, man, going into this weekend. Long weekend on top of that. So we could see a little bit of trading ahead of the long weekend, ahead of the president's inauguration. I mean, this thing is looking, it's looking nice. It's going to be a very exciting day, Peter, because you're not going to be able to trade the inauguration on a Monday, right? Because the markets is
No.
closed, and you know this administration is more heavier on stocks and businesses, right? They're pro business, so that's good for the markets. Today might be the day where we see a lot of really positive stuff. Again, don't have a bias, but this market's starting out pretty good here in the pre-market. It might change completely, and we might be completely wrong. But I like what I'm seeing here. So, given that, I'm not going to add SoundHound because I think once I start looking at this other magnificent seven like Amazon, let's see if Apple got their stuff together. Peter, I don't know sure if it was around yesterday, but Apple, man, they really took a dive, man. They were not having it. Look
Yeah.
at this beautiful red
Uh,
candle. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I only saw it after the fact, and I said I traded it for my 1 to 10 into the close. But yeah, I saw. I mean, what a move! Like as you said, it was unrelenting selling over the course of the day yesterday. And I know that Andrew was trying to. I was listening to you guys on YouTube because it's all I could get through the firewall of the company offices I was at. Couldn't even get our chat room. I had to go through the YouTube. But anyways, I know that Andrew was trying to take reversals on it, and it was unfortunately Apple was like, "We are not done selling, man. We are just
Yeah.
dropping." So
Yeah, that was
uh,
something else. Anybody trying to stick to reversals
yeah,
here struggled because it never came back. I do like Apple. I will put that on my list. But with Apple being on here, I know that I'm going to be looking at all the Magnificent Seven because look at Amazon, look at Apple. They're all giving you a nice move here, all gear from the market right now. Looks like the SPY is the one driving this at the
yeah.
moment as we are making new pre-market highs, man. All right, this is going to be a lot of fun. All
Ra-
right, over on YouTube.
Random news
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Sorry, random news I was just running into. I don't know how to trade this, but I thought it was interesting that a Wall Street Journal is reporting that the Chu, I'm not sure if I'm saying the name properly, but the CEO of TikTok is apparently looking to attend Trump's inauguration on Monday.
Yeah.
And it really looks like TikTok is not willing to give up here on the U.S. market. So they're calling it a last-ditch effort to maybe just delay the ban of TikTok in the U.S. and maybe even reverse the decision. As we know, with the Trump presidency, anything is possible. So, it may be an interesting move, which might have a knock-on effect on some of the stocks we can trade, like Meta, which is expected to be one of the benefactors if TikTok is banned in the U.S. So, we'll see what happens with that. Also interesting, completely aside here, but has it already been delayed? Steve Bode in the chat room is reporting
Yeah,
that
they
the
submitted.
ban has
It
already
was
been
supposed to
lifted.
be today, and they submitted a decision.
Okay.
Yeah, they're supposed to do a decision today, and then they're going to appeal to have it delayed. So the reason they're going to use is to be able to diversify the companies, right? But in reality,
Okay.
they want to see if the new administration, which is if they can do something with that. So we'll see how it goes.
Right. All right. So, all right. So they're playing the smart shell game to see what they can
Yeah,
do to save it last minute. I mean, it's I don't know. It seems like a compelling argument. Like you've got to be concerned by any app that resides on so many phones, where it has known backdoors and data collection by a foreign government, and especially the Chinese government. So, anyways, we'll see what they do, but it's I don't know. Anyway, someone else is going to
yeah.
make a call on that. What was interesting when I called up the Wall Street Journal website when to call this up, I've now since I've been talking, I've had two different ads from TikTok. So they're advertising at me. So they're still pushing the narrative that they're out there in a place to go to get whatever videos. And one ad from Philippe Patek, which I thought was interesting. Who the heck do they think I am? I'm not buying like a $50,000 watch. What the heck? Anyways, maybe that's the Wall
they,
Street Journal.
they took a peek when you logged into your bank from the phone. They said, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
could quickly and easily take this." All right,
They're
friends. Yeah.
interesting that their ad campaign. I've never actually seen an ad campaign, but from them before, and they say you never actually own one of their watches. You just hold it for the next generations. Oh my God, can we get any more, like hoity-toity than that? Anyways,
Yeah, that is
so,
something else. All right, friends, we're looking good here this morning. Again, SPY continues to push higher at the moment, so that's driving things up. Our gappers list is probably going to get pretty big on the green side of things as it continues to move higher here. So, yeah, you can see here it's getting much, much bigger in tradingterminal.com. So take a look at that. But I think I'm set. I think I have my list. I think I'm ready to go. I like what I have here this morning. Let's get over to our community events and announcements, guys. You can always get this information at bearwithtraders.com. You can see what's happening for our community events. Let me just get to the screen here, and Peter will take you through what's happening. Where did I put that screen? I'm telling you, there's something earlier. I messed up the layout. I don't know what I did, but we'll get to the screen here. Here it is. We'll bring it right over here. We'll bring it here instead. There's our screen, and we'll make it big. All right, excellent. I found it. Hold on, I found it. Okay, I found it. I
this
see
is
what I
like a
did.
weird screen. What's happening
No,
here?
no, no. I found it. There we go.
Matt K, did Churchill wear a Patek Philippe watch? I don't know. Like I've never quite understood the whole watch culture thing. It feels like there was a point in time when I liked wearing watches and it was sort of fun, but that was a time when we didn't have a smartphone with the time on it. Like I don't. This feels like their functionality has passed. It's sort of like
Yeah.
it feels like buying like you're gonna buy the most beautiful buggy whip in existence, but if I don't have a horse on my buggy, what do I need a watch for? I don't understand. Anyways, never mind. I don't get it. All right. That being said, I guess I still like gas cars when electric is truly the future. So. Um, All right, so let's talk about what's happening in the chat room more importantly. So, Carlos, Monday, are we still doing the onboarding class, sir?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. We'll do it Monday. We'll
Okay.
be on, and love to have you guys there. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Jason A, joke's on you, man. I actually happen to have both a Porsche and a Kia. So now what are you going to do?
Ooh.
Anyways. Anyways, yeah, okay. So we're gonna do the onboarding class, guys, which means that if you're new in the room, or hey, you just want something to do on Monday, why don't you join Carlos 8 o'clock Monday in the onboarding room? We'll talk about the website. We'll talk about all you can get from Variable Traders. We'll talk about trading models and trading strategies. A little bit to get you started in the market. It's a great session. Hey, if you want to go and maybe just help new traders, join there as well. So that's happening on Monday. I don't know if Brendan's out there listening, but I assume Brendan, it probably would be no sense to do the DAS Trader Pro setup
Yeah,
session on Monday. So let's
yeah,
assume that that's going to be canceled again. Markets are closed on Monday. Everybody remember that, right? Don't be dialing into the chat room, wondering where we are doing the pre-market show, wonder why the chat room's not open. It's closed. The markets are closed on Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Okay. Tuesday we have our strategy webinar. We're going to be doing that now. I assume this is what's happening. Gary L is going to be doing the strategy webinar on this coming Tuesday. He's going to talk about how you make hay while the sun shines. I love it. Gary is very active in our chat room, and he's a very active trader. He looks like he's doing fabulous, and we love having him as part of the community. So he gets a chance to sort of talk to you about his strategy. So that should be a good session coming up this coming Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Wednesday, we always talk psychology. This coming week will be no different. On Wednesday, we have our upcoming psychology webinar that once Carlos scrolls up, I'll be able to tell you about. There we go. Thank you. Oh, that's right. Of course, it's Dr. Charlene that's going to be here talking about how you can manage your fear. It's important. We all have fear in the markets to a certain degree. Whether you acknowledge it or not, it's there. So how do you surface it? How do you acknowledge it? And then how do you deal with it? That'll all be discussed on this Wednesday, January the 22nd, coming up at 8 o'clock. And the week after that, we have Randy Howell, who's back with us to do one of a series of webinars on stress-proofing your trading mind. Don't forget, on Wednesdays, we also have a bookmap session led by Nathan that happens at noon. And that'll help you understand what bookmap is, how you can take advantage of it as a tool. Thursdays, then we focus on mentorship. It's all about you on Thursdays, and we answer your questions. We help you. We look at your trades. We go into some direct mentorship. You have 4 different mentorship opportunities that happen on Thursdays, starting with John at 11 a.m., then talking options with Jared and Megan at 2. We then talk equities again with Lenny and Pierre at 4, and of course, Thor always closes out the day with his mentorship session at 8 p.m. So that's what we've got coming up next week for you. Don't forget, you can go to bearabletraders.com to get your information, to join us here in the chat room. It's open every hour that the market is open. Hopefully you'll consider joining us. We've got a number of membership options there for you, and we'd love to see you in the community. By the way, if you want to be part of a trading community, but you're not yet ready to commit to join that community, you might want to check us out, poke us in real life, right? I offer you the opportunity to come and poke Carlos. How do you like that,
yeah.
Carlos?
I like it.
Anyways,
I like it.
go poke. Okay, all right, there you go. See, he likes it. So go poke Carlos live in Vancouver in March. We've got a live trading session that's happening in March. We do our summit once a year, and it's a great opportunity to sort of meet other traders live, meet all of the people in the community live, and it's going to be a great session this year. Every year we try and do better than the year before, and we had such a great time last year in Vancouver at this hotel that we decided to go back. And we're doing it again. But this year we've added a TEDx conference to the front end of it. So we got 3 days of activity for you on March the 29th to the 31st. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. We're already working with all of our presenters at the TEDx. They're talking about peak performance and mental resilience in life and in general, right? That is non-trading specific. It's a great session just talking about performance and resilience. Then we'll go into the trading specific activities that are happening the latter 2 days. So it's going to be a great 3-day forum. You will absolutely get your money's worth, right? I've looked at and been at a lot of these sessions. I promise you, ours, the bang for the buck is unparalleled, and it's one of the biggest. It's the biggest trading conference you can go to in the world. So we're really looking forward to hosting it for everybody again in Vancouver at the end of March. Hopefully, we'll see you there. And as we've been saying all morning, one last little pump for you guys. If you want information on the markets, don't forget tradingterminal.com. We're showing you the gappers, the gap up and down. I've been using it to get my news here in the morning. Check out Trading Terminal. It's built by traders for traders, and it can give you all the information you need in the markets. So check it out. All right, Carlos, let's set some levels. Then we'll get ready for this market open with our live traders that, by the way, guys, will take you right through till noon. So we'll be trading all morning with you live on YouTube. And, of course, in the chat room, trading live with you all day.
Yep, absolutely, friends. All right, let's jump in here. Let's take a look at Mara. So Mara is the first one on my list. Again, pushing high, trying to make a new pre-market high. High of the pre-market at the moment is going to be at 1927. So we'll slam a level there. We also have 1989, and then right up here around 2062. So I got two Bitcoin plays. I like Mara. Towards the bottom, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days, so you're pretty much covered when it comes down there. And I also have MSTR. They both look great on the daily. MSTR is a little bit more risky, so be careful on your share size here. But it can trade very well. 385 is the high of the pre-market, and then towards the bottom, the low. Nice gap up this morning. The low is at 380. It's a little bit lower, 377.07. That's what I'm showing. So maybe actually, yeah, 377.07. And then towards the bottom of that, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job. You do not need to add anything else. Towards the top here, guys, we do have 400 on the dot there, 490. Great daily level on MSTR. So just look at that right there. You can see a lot of days opening, closing right around that area. And then we also have 413. I know you're thinking, man, that's really far out. Not for MSTR. If MSTR gets going, this stock can hit those numbers very, very easily. Here's Rivian. Some good news on factories being approved. So they're popping up this morning. They also have some other stuff that's on the positive side of things. But they hit the pre-market high at 15 over here actually at 1510, and then since then they've been just giving some of that back. So only up 1.5 right now, pulling back quite a bit. As far as levels goes, 1510 above that. We do have 1537. And then we have this area. Again, I'm gonna mark 1575, but could be a little bit more or less. But you got this area here. We got a couple of days opening and closing right on there. Towards the bottom, we'll mark down the low of the pre-market, which seems like we're trying to head to that area here. Low of the pre-market is down at a 1451. And then below that, you do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. Previous day close. I mean, Rivian just giving a lot back this morning from the highs. All right, let's take a look at Intel. Intel is maintaining is the pop that we got at 805. 805 volume came in, pushed this thing higher. Some positive news talks for them. 2157 is the high of the pre-market. If we move to the left towards the bottom here, we do have a nice level here on the daily. It's going to be right around 20, we'll call it 2050 right over here. You can see a lot of days using that as resistance. Where today we're blasting right through that to a high of at least 2157 a few moments ago. So let's see how it continues here in the pre-market, getting a little bit of a pullback. But if we can get higher, we do have some really great levels on Intel. This is great action out of Intel. We normally don't see this type of activity. I really like what we're seeing there this morning. And then Amazon, and with Amazon, think about all the Magnificent Seven. Apple pulling back after a horrendous day yesterday, guys. I mean, it was just highway to hell. There was no stopping this freight train. I mean, it's just not good news for them. So today the market's helping them out a little bit, and there might be some long-term investors saying, hey, we just got a $40 discount from last year. Let's buy in here. So who knows? But man, they were definitely struggling yesterday. I think it'll be in play today. Worth looking at. Will be on my list. Love the pre-market on this one. Actually, I have Amazon on the main list as well, which again, looking very similar. I like the daily a little bit better. But yeah, Apple's going to be on there as well. High of the pre-market is going to be at 224.99, and then above this we do have 228.18, and then right up here we do have 232.73 on Amazon. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trade days, doing an amazing job. You do not need to add anything else. And that's it. And and we have Apple here, which again will be on my list as well. And I think it's going to be a great day. Market's looking good. Things are pushing higher. I think today's the day that the market might want to react to the president's inauguration on Monday, which again, once again, the markets will be closed. All right, Peter, take us through what our team is watching this morning.
All right, guys, our team is coming in with their lists and getting ready for this market open. Start with Eamon, who actually isn't got anything specific on his list. He's got a very different trading style, but he doesn't see any clear trends, and he's just going to be keeping an eye on those scanners and the alerts to see if he can find any momentum plays. Thor is going to be watching just the markets overall. Also, doesn't think he sees anything that he loves. So a little bit of uncertainty with our first two mods. Sean is putting up his market summary as he usually does, so check that out. Phil is got a list. He's going to watch NVIDIA, Amazon, MSTR, and Tesla. Pierre is going to be watching AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Mara. Nathan is watching Amazon, Apple, and Google. Mike is going to be watching Apple and Tesla. Avi, as usual, he's got his Magnificent Seven, and he's adding AMD onto that list. Um, uh, Brian, sorry, here is watching Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, Meta, and the market overall with the SPX. I'm watching my usual, and then I'm also going to keep an eye on Apple because of the move yesterday, Amazon, Meta, and Rivian. That being said, I also like the look of Intel and VST. I don't know. We got lots that are moving, lots to pick from. We'll see what happens. Andrew himself is going to be watching. He's got MVDA. I assume he means NVIDIA, but maybe not. AMD, Tesla, Apple, and then TQQQ, which we know he had taken a position and was talking about the other day. I've got one IPO and one SPAC to let you know about. If those move, I will let you know if they open. Those are a new IPO and a new SPAC. So I don't know if we're going to get trading opportunities, but I'll let you know if and when they open. So Andrew just posted in the room here, and oops, I assume that means it was NVIDIA. So he's watching NVIDIA, AMD, Tesla, and Apple. So there you go. But he could tell you that himself in just a moment. He'll be on here trading live with Brian. I said, don't forget, guys, we'll be trading live with you right through to the noon hour. So give us a thumbs up and a like. We appreciate that on YouTube. Appreciate you guys being here in the morning. And thank you to everybody in the chat room. Once again, one last time for me this morning, I'll remind you, markets are closed on Monday. Okay, they're closed because of Martin Luther King Day. Happens to be the same day as the presidential inauguration. So it could be interesting when we come back on Tuesday, especially with that market holiday. We'll see what happens. What does that mean for trading today? You know, we don't know. I think we're going to have a pretty normal Friday, but I could be surprised. I'm going to let the market tell me, and I'm going to take it slow and smart and just wait for the opportunities to come to me. So trade smart, everybody, whatever you do. Carlos, you have a great trading day and weekend. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah,
You as well.
should be a good one.
All right, excellent, guys. I want you to hit that thumbs up. Reminder that Andrew and Brian are up next. I see Andrew logging in now. And don't forget also the onboarding class is still happening Monday evening, so join us for that. And also a special Netflix earnings YouTube session at 3:30 on Tuesday. We'll keep reminding you because I want you guys to join us. It's going to be a lot of fun and very informative. So I'm looking forward to it. Good morning, Andrew. How you doing today?
I am good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So market is gapping up. Just before you leave, tell me one thing. What happened that market is moving up like this?
I think it's just an inauguration move. I really think. I don't think there's anything, Peter, that we didn't find anything that was insane. I think by the markets
No
being closed
specific.
on, yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Peter.
there was no big overall market catalyst. It feels like maybe it's sort of a reaction play after the red day we had yesterday, where we started higher and moved lower. Yeah, Bitcoin is up. Bitcoin's up over $100,000 again, so that's moving part of the market, but that won't explain the whole thing. Yeah, it's. We'll see if the
Nice.
enthusiasm continues, Andrew. Once the bell rings.
Yeah, well, thank
Will
you.
be
Well, good.
interesting.
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking of buying some Apple leverage product yesterday, so I didn't. Brian, how's your situation in your swing?
My situation is steady as she goes. Again, I don't like these big gap up days. It seems like something happened at 8 o'clock, and I don't know what it was, but the market really reacted strongly. There was a big wick down, and then we just started buying from there. So I don't know. I didn't have anything on my calendar.
No,
We had
eight
housing starts
30.
at
We did get.
8:30.
Yeah, exactly. We got housing starts and building permits. Those were both slightly more positive, but yeah, that doesn't account for the move.
No, it was
So what's the Apple
something
product?
did happen.
APU? APLU? Was it there's a leverage Apple product? What was it? Yesterday somebody mentioned that. I was thinking of buying it. So Apple was down
Oh, okay.
4%. APLU. No. It wasn't
So
APLU, was
yeah.
it? No, it was
So
something else.
rates
AAPU.
rates are down a bit today. Well, Meta's taken off here.
Wow,
We're
Meta
supposed
is
to
back
get
to all-time high.
news about this TikTok. We're supposed to get something about this TikTok thing today. Whoa, everything just popped up. SPY just popped up. Q's just popped up again. NVIDIA, everything just took a big pop here.
Yeah, looks like we want to go back to all-time high, huh? Tesla is
Seems
up
like it.
2%.
Today is not the day to fight the market.
Yeah, it looks
So
like things are
yeah.
pretty good. 1 minute to the open, guys.
Again, I don't like these days where we gap up a lot. Makes it a little challenging to because a lot of big moves have already been made. We're probably already out of some value zones here. So outside of some ranges. Yeah. So let's see what the market gives us. I'm probably going to get a bit of a pullback at the open. Might be an opportunity to buy like it was yesterday. Did that play with Nvidia yesterday. Waited for a pullback and then took it long. So we'll see if that's an opportunity. If we just take off here, just keep screaming higher into the open, which unfortunately won't be able to chase that. So Nvidia's got a big order at 137. Probably going to go there. And here we go. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, guys. Market open. Guys, remember, you
Yeah,
can see
here's a
my screen in
pullback.
the chat room, guys.
Here's a pullback
So
right
I'd like
now.
the SPY, SOXL. It says SOXL doing very long.
Wow, Meta had a big pullback.
Tesla is also, and they're a little bit extended. Tesla, everything is a little bit extended from revap.
Yeah,
So
that's what I think too. Waiting to see if Nvidia pulls back a little bit more here. Here we go.
maybe
All right. It took a long at 135.70 or 90, I should say.
so. Nvidia is
This might
coming
not
down.
work out. Let's just see.
It's also coming down.
Just came
IWM
down to the
going down.
VWAP, which is kind of where I thought I might get long here.
You guys, again, for me, no, I don't rush anything. QUBT, nope. AMD turned out to be a 1 minute green range breakout, but AMD was less extended.
Yeah, look at AMD. I'm in the wrong stock here today.
Rivian flies. Rivian, sketch Rivian. If it's flying, oh yeah, Rivian is nice too. Rivian is gonna go through 15. It's really choppy. AMD is really nice moving up. AMD was the nicest and cleanest.
Yeah, AMD is going well. I'm still in the Nvidia trade. 135.90
You're long gone.
long, yes. Kind of pulled back more than I thought it would. Just about
Yeah,
got
because it
stopped
kind of,
out there.
yeah, because it kind of popped up. All right, so Rivian turned out to be shit. I should have get it long on NVIDIA on Rivian.
I'm
Rivian
just
is
going to
gonna go
sell
through
some here,
1510.
136.30.
Yeah.
Here we
So
go.
Rivian was a good call. Yeah, Tom, Rivian was a very good call. I should have jumped in there. Tesla is coming back up too. Nice. Tesla 424. Yeah, I'm gonna long Tesla, guys. 424. I get a long on Tesla, guys. 424, 425. Let's see if can continue going. Adding a little bit more on Tesla. NVIDIA is, let's see, R4 is at 425. Let's see,
Yeah, Tesla just broke
425.
through yesterday's high.
Yeah, so yeah, partialing, guys. I have a
Um,
big size on Tesla, not a great entry, so I'm partialing.
and I'm getting out of the rest of Nvidia. I was really hoping that that would start to move up, but it's just doing the opposite. So flat on the rest. So I did manage a bit of a profit there, but really not great.
Tesla looks like it wants to go to 430 if it doesn't stop me out. NVIDIA is still struggling. Adding a little bit more on Tesla here, 424, on this micro pullback. Let's see if it has another move up. The border flow is bullish, so I'm long at Tesla, guys. The average is 424.13. I wish my average was a little bit better. You can see it in my screen as well. Let's see if we can actually get another pop.
Market's
SPY,
selling
Q,
off, surprisingly. Qs are selling off, SPY's selling off.
DJT 42. Wow, DJT is super nice. Yeah, DJT wants to go to 43. See, still looking at the Tesla. I haven't lost hope on Tesla yet. Okay, let's see. Okay, DJT popped up 42.30. All right, guys, Tesla is coming back up. Hopefully, it can go one more round off. Yeah. 5. Come on, Tesla back half the day. Nice, guys. I have a fairly big position on Tesla. Let's see if we can actually get one more pop up. The order flow is super bullish. My entry is not super great. 425. Stop partialing at near half the day. Everybody should be able to see my screen, guys, charts, everything. So I'm partialing out 425.50. There you go. 425.60. This is
And
nice.
yeah, nice.
Yes. Yeah, I think 430 is possible today. So it's now moving toward 430. Yeah, I think very possible today. So I'm holding Tesla for 430.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
long
the daily
Tesla with
chart
you
looks like
on
yeah,
using calls.
very important to see. It's very important to see if it doesn't get stop me out or not. AMD also did a really nice pullback ABCD pattern. So Tesla, did anyone took Tesla? I said, I know Brian, you took it. AVGO. Yeah, AVGO lost it, huh? Yeah, Tesla is great, guys. Tesla is great. Selling some at 426.45, 427.
Yeah, I'm selling.
Yeah.
I'm trading the 425s. Ooh, they just went through 6, selling some there. They expire today, so they're going to trade really highly
Almost
correlated with
identical, yeah.
the stock. Oh yeah, look at AMD rip. God, okay. AMD is trading way better than Nvidia.
Yeah. AMD looks perfect. Like it's like very nice ABCD
Yeah,
pattern. It is slowly rolling over to the downside. It still spies above the VWAP. Looking at Tesla potentially, when I had a limit on Tesla 425, I want my average to be not super high because it might get a pullback. EDA cannot go above 136.50. Meta, what did Meta do? Meta was super strong. Oh, my Meta came down.
Yeah. Wow. SPX is dropping hard.
I'm holding still Tesla. It's a little bit tricky because it's coming near my break-even point. I think Tesla still has momentum to the upside, but it's just a little bit choppy right now. So very likely that I got to stop out at 424. Let's see. So again, risk management, guys, is very important. Like we got some profit out of it. I don't want to go red on this. So Tesla, my average right now is 424. So very close to get a stopped out. If it comes pulled back a little bit more, I'm getting a stopped out on it, even though I think has the potential to go back up. But it looks like it really wants to test the moving averages. AMD is putting AMD is very nice. This is the potential 920. Yes, a little bit too early for 920, but if it stays
Really?
strong, yeah, potential. Yeah, it's a little bit too early. You have to see if this actually can establish a powerful uptrend yet. We
Yeah,
don't know yet.
you have to be in an established uptrend, and it needs to be at least, I would say, almost a half an hour. So it's too early to be looking for 920s.
Yeah. The problem with Tesla right now is, again, the 5 minutes are very wiki. So you want the body of the candlesticks. I'm starting partialing out a little bit here, guys, on Tesla. Reduce my share size, increase my profit. So what you want is your 5 minutes to be, strong candlesticks. Not that, both first 5 minutes and second 5 minutes, again, looking at my chart, both of them are kind of wiki. They are so very big, big on the top. So these are generally, you don't want that. It means that it's pushing really to get exhausting. All right, so I think I'm gonna get out of it. All right, I'm gonna get stopped out on Tesla completely, guys. I'm all out
Yeah,
of it. I had a pretty good profit on it,
stop
but
out of the rest.
yeah, not
Yeah, I had a decent trade on it.
Apple is going down, huh? Apple looks like. So, Brian, should we buy the dip on Apple through AAPU?
Tesla's dropping. I don't
I'm
know.
thinking of AWM is coming back up.
It's taking a look.
I have some TNA, but I don't know. I'm gonna add 1,000
I don't
shares
know.
of
I don't
TNA
like
here.
that news. I would say I'd give it another day. I'd give it another trading day, see what it looks like on Tuesday at
Yeah, I
this
was
point.
thinking of buying
I,
some leverage the Apple APU. Let's see if today is gonna lose it or not, Apple. Because Apple popped up, but it's kind of trading below the VWAP. So there is a chance that it's actually losing it. AMD
I
was not
mean,
turned out to be quite nice.
the other thing you
Yeah.
could do is sell some 220 puts, and then you might end up owning the shares, but then you'd own them at 220.
Yeah, I don't know, 220, how much do you get for 220? Like yesterday I sold to 230. 230, 220 puts for today or for next week?
Next week.
Oh, sorry, puts. 220 puts 2 cents for today. January 24th, 220, 44 cents. It's not worth it, is it?
For next week? No.
Yeah, only 40 cents now.
Yeah, it's not worth it. AMD went made high of day here.
Yeah, AMD is very interesting. Tesla is going back up. I knew Tesla is going to go back up, but I'm
It's
not going
just
to go
this
long.
is.
Yeah, it's difficult.
But look at it. Said the chart is a dog's breakfast. There are some big orders for Tesla 426, 427. Yeah, see, look at it. Just it popped up and now it dropped. I mean, it's trading horribly. Same with
Yeah,
Nvidia.
no problem.
Meta popped hard and dropped like a stone.
Yeah,
Tesla might
situation is
actually
not
be heading
great.
for.
I'm glad that I had a very good day on Tesla. So, yeah, I had a very profitable day on Tesla. Took a big size because I really liked the breakout that happened. But 4:30 was a little bit out of reach. Still time, 9:44. Still time to find another one. That's a good question. What ticker is bringing QQQ down? Like it looks like everything is up. I think Apple is setting off. So Apple is one of them that's slowly leaking. So that Apple has a huge impact on MSTR. MSTR is up 6%. Looks like it wants to go to 390. Yeah, MSTR looks like it wants to, it's like an ABC pattern, wants to go for the break of high of the day. Should I trade it? No. Case for Tesla, going long on Tesla. Looks like it wants to hold Tesla. The
Yeah,
just above the VWAP. Yeah, I'm gonna get another long on Tesla 424.80. Let's see if this one I'll get a partial fill. Let's see if it's actually gonna go up back to a high of the day.
there is a big order at 426.
Yeah, if we can break the 426, that would be nice. Like I guess my stop loss would be below the VWAP, so I have to give it some really good dollar and a half. With spies coming up, so maybe that helps. Let's see, above 426, I might actually add more for the break of high of the day. It's doing nothing. Apple, yeah, Apple looks like it wants to hold. Tesla, 424. Let's see. Again, I'm gonna give it a little bit of room below the VWAP. AMD short. Jared is shorting AMD, huh?
Hmm.
Buy holding above the VWAP. Looks like he wants to go. Let's add a little bit more on Tesla here, 424.50. Guys, remember that the market is closed on Monday. It's Martin Luther King. And the inauguration is on Monday. So let's see. Laptop. Who wants laptop? QUBT, the Rigetti and QUBT, yeah, they got super beaten up. Thanks to Mr. Jim Cramer.
Mm-hmm.
The second trade on Tesla doesn't work as the way that we wanted to.
No.
Oh, the person who won the draw yesterday, he actually sent us a very nice video. I like that. Hey, Tesla
Yeah,
is
I like the fact
dropping.
that he took the I like the fact he took the membership,
Membership.
not the laptop. Yeah.
That was nice. Okay, so Tesla dropped, testing my the area that's very important. So the VWAP. TNA looks like it wants to pop. And if Tesla loses the VWAP, I get it stopped out. So right at the VWAP. Let's see what's going to happen. 10 seconds to this candlestick. Hasn't lost the VWAP, the blue line on my chart yet. So didn't.
It's really an ugly chart.
Yeah, I know I didn't. It should have been a good entry. I mean, maybe if I wasn't long already, I would have gone probably long at 423. So obviously this level 424 yesterday high is driving algos crazy, but the fact that it didn't lose the VWAP is a good sign. Yeah. Be adding a little bit more here. Again,
Yeah,
this
no,
is not an
no
A
trade
plus
for me
setup.
right now.
Yeah.
It's too much chop.
See what it's doing. Oh wow, wow! China is oof. China is going really well, huh? What is Yang doing?
And China stocks are up.
Yang and Ying. Was it Ying? Was it Yang and Jung? What was the bull of China? Brian, you were
There's
trading
yin and yang.
Yin. Yin? Why?
Yin and yang.
Why? Sorry, what was the bull? YIN?
I'm not sure whether I can't remember whether it's yin and yin,
Yin, yeah,
YINN
yeah,
or
yeah.
yang.
Yin, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the bullish, yeah, it's by 6.7%. Yeah, China was getting destroyed. Now it seems that it's bouncing back. Their economy is really not moving the way that they want. So,
No.
Yin, that's China 3 times leverage. Yeah, these are also some atomic bombs. Yeah, yin and yang. Yeah, yin is up. Tesla still hasn't lost the VWAP, so it's driving crazy. I mean, if I can get a chance, I get out of it at the break even. Let's see. My average is 424.50, so if it goes up, I might actually get out of it at the break even. I think super choppy, so
Super
SPY
choppy.
wants to go toward the left today.
Nvidia
Yeah,
does look. Nvidia looks like it's getting ready to break out here.
yeah, it is doing. SPY looks like it wants to go to high of the day. Qs are trying to get the VWAP. So there we go. Tesla is at my break-even points. The time for me to make a decision if I want to get out of this bad trade or not. Come on, Tesla. Everything is going up. that I can do is I can reduce my share size on Tesla, but let's see, this is the moment of truth. Come on, SPY is going up. How's the orders in Bookmap, Brian, on Tesla? Is it worth to holding or not?
There's orders to the upside. There are orders there. I've got it up on the screen if you want to look.
Yeah, let's take a look at Bookmap and see how bad is the situation of my life. 627, nothing much to the downside, huh?
No.
Well, my original idea was to have a stop loss somewhere just below the VWAP. And obviously, you know, the first target, if my average is around here, is that my first risk. And then potentially for the break of high of the day, which is like 2-3 hours. So that was my original idea. But the problem is I took big of a size. And now the unrealized P&L is getting a little bit tricky. Plus the market still doesn't pull back. So I don't know if I should stick to my original plan or I should make a decision based on this new information that I'm getting. So the original was this risk to reward. So I'm trying to analyze it on my chart. You can see it on my screen. So if I hold and potentially break toward this level, so I think that would be a nice trade. But the problem is when it takes size, then the unrealized P&L becomes so big, and then you start really doubting your trade management. It's been a couple of times that it can't go above 425. And yeah, the momentum is not really moving. So it might give me another chance to get out. See if I'm the same degen or not.
Yeah, I'm not trading anything. I guess just waiting.
Video is
See
nice.
if I can see some kind of a setup here. I mean, Nvidia's trying to break out.
Video is with a very nice, slowly grinding up. Let's see. Let's start. You can pop up. 425. Come on, Tesla, I can do that. It's now or never. All right, what I do is I reduce my share size here a little bit. I think I had a big size. So what I can do is I can actually reduce my share size. I sold some at 425 to reduce my share size because, yeah, if it drops, I don't want to give the profit back. I had a big size.
Yeah, it looks markets are getting back into that choppy price action that we had yesterday.
I think eventually break out, but the question is, do I want to hold 10,000 shares or want to hold only a few thousand shares? So here we go. Okay, here we go. Nice. All right, nice. Let's see if we can actually go toward the high of the day. Yeah, I'm partialing a little bit here too. I want to have only, like, keep only maybe 3,000 shares here or 2,000 shares. Yeah, Eric is giving me this this chance to get out. I'm getting out slowly. Again, guys, in the chat room, you can see my real-time screen with entries and exits. In the chat room on YouTube, you can't. So if you want to see exactly my entries and exits and trade management, you can actually join the chat room and see it. Brian, according to Brian Bookmap, obviously the chart Bookmap is bullish.
It's bullish, yeah. But again, it's pretty choppy too. Everything's pretty choppy.
Trade on Tesla, obviously, but again, an experienced trader in this kind of situation can manage their thing. If you're unexperienced, then you might get chopped up really bad on this environment. So, since I'm very experienced, so I kind of try not to get chopped up too much by defining a very proper stop loss. But again, if you want to trade nice, clean, and price action that is super choppy like this, might actually becomes like a butcher shop for you.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
that's why I took very very big area for stop loss for that, because I knew this is my start butchering people near VWAP. If it breaks this 425.50, then we can have the test of 5 today. But the more that we stay here, trickier become. Apple didn't even go red, no? If Apple goes red today, I'm gonna start buying the dip on it.
Hmm.
Yeah, on the daily chart, Tesla. Yeah, I mean, the daily chart Tesla looks like a potential toward this consolidation of 430, that wants to go higher. But again, this is not a trade that I want to hold a very big Tesla size, especially not with this entry. See, it's struggling to go up. 426.
Yep.
Should you, this
It
kind
is
of,
going to
yeah,
go. It does look like there's some orders there, so it's trying to go
there
through
you
it.
go.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm partialing guys here for 26, 24, 40. Again, I have a smaller share size here. All right, so now we might go
Breaking
for
out
the break of 5 today.
now.
Now, a break of 5 today is possible. If we do, I wouldn't be surprised if we go to 430,
Yeah,
because
it
it
could get to
changes the
430.
options activity too. So who else did what? Who's trading what? IONQ, Brian.
Just
IONQ.
looking at AMD, maybe going back up again.
Right, Tesla near the high of the day. This time is nice because Q's and options SPY is also going up.
Q's
There you go,
Q's
427.
SPY going back up
Boom.
again.
So partial more on NVIDIA.
Tesla, you mean?
Sorry, Tesla, yes. I should say.
Yeah.
Brian always, when Brian says something wrong, I should say NVIDIA. All right, so guys, did you see the video? Oh, here you go. Did you see the video recap of Colombia when you're actually entering the chat room? We put it on the homepage. That's the recap of
Yeah,
the whole.
I watched
When
it.
you go into the dashboard,
It's great.
yeah, when you go to the dashboard, when you actually enter, so you actually have the retreat guides. You can see actually the second video is really nice. And also, we started building this how to day trade replay education, and so Pierre is taking the lead on that. So we take some of the strategies that we have and people trade, and Pierre actually show them how you can do to practice this kind of things, replay entries, exit. You see the price action again, rather than just watching a recap. You can play around with the trading terminal free, replay and free simulator. So we actually create a new playlist on that for this education on YouTube. So you're welcome, guys, to watch it. leave the comments, and also in the comments say what you want. So Pierre and I sit down together and plan for it. So you can actually learn those kind of things. So yeah, watch it and build. Okay, there you go. Tesla is popping up, guys. I was holding Tesla. Yeah, 4:30. I think we're gonna get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah,
I got back
Trading
from
Terminal
work.
Simulator is also good. I'm working on it actually with the folks at the office to make it really good. I think it's gonna be one of the best web-based real-time simulators. Um, that it's free for everybody. You know, a lot of people are reaching out to me and say, "I want to trade." I say, "Go to real-time simulator. Come to YouTube. You don't need to pay anything. Zero." So, oh, can you give me a membership, a discount? So, no, you don't need a membership. Just go to YouTube, just trade in a simulator for 2 weeks, test yourself, test your determination that if you really want to do it or not. And I said, okay, what time? So 6 a.m. So, I can't do it 6 a.m. So, okay, there you go. DC, you're not up for it because you don't want it that bad to wake up at
Yeah,
5:30. And
yeah.
see, that's a good test. The other way would be, oh no, come, I have a membership here, buy this DAS simulator, we'll go apply to this, apply this, and then you spend $5,000 and then you realize that, oops, you don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. That's not what you want. And then that money is wasted. So my idea is to create an environment for you to test it out and just join us if you're committed. I want the name of the community has always been a community of serious traders. I want serious traders. How can I filter you? By giving you a free simulator on YouTube Live, test yourself, go see if you can make even $5,000 in a simulator. And then if you want to really go with the account, go with the funded account. Go through, I want everybody to go through our $50,000 funded account and test yourself because that's the real challenge starts. We had one trader that in the last week, in the last 4 days, he reset 4 times. Every time it goes $500 reset, next day blow up, another one blow. So this person, if he wants to go to the live account, same thing happened. But the difference is his live account is probably bigger. He doesn't need to reset, but he just goes to destruction. So everybody, I think, should go through that. And if you can't even pass the funded account, which is a simulator with very little impact in your finances, then you shouldn't open a live account. Tourist, was
So
it
if you
you?
can't,
I don't know. I can give the number of the that I can actually have the number. John was saying that, and then yesterday John said that to me because John is going through all the trades every day. Trader 362. I said, "Oh, come on, man! We are trying to save you from yourself. Like 4 times, just one trade blow up." Yeah,
well,
Trader
if you
three
can't get up
five
at
four.
6 in the morning, right? Yeah.
No,
If you're not
I'm
willing to
talking
get
about
up at
three
6 in
six
the
two.
morning,
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
you gotta, that's sort of a demonstration of your commitment to learn.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you really want this lifestyle? Like, I really wanted this lifestyle. The dream of traveling the world and climbing and working from home on a computer was my dream of this. Like, since I was in high school, it wasn't even a new thing. Like, I wanted, and universe usually gives it to you if you really uh, want it. I don't know how many of you actually have read the book Alchemist. It's a really great novel. It's about the story of a guy, Santiago, in Spain, in Indonesia, that he wants to go to. He has a dream to go to Egypt to find treasure, and then he starts doing his journey. Otherwise, while all the odds were against him, and then during this trip, he gets fucked left and right. But because he really was determined to go after this dream that he had, eventually everything worked out for him. He lost all of his stuff a few times during this with uh, the problem, but eventually he gets a really beautiful wife and the treasure that he was looking for. So the moral of that story is the moral of the story was, and one sentence is, in that universe is very generous toward the people who actually go after it. Now, if you start a business and if it's a very bad business, most of the friends and family don't laugh at you. They support you. Like the universe, that's how the universe works. People support each other for success. Like we are cheering each other for success. That's how the universe works.
Yeah.
Like I really want you to make really good trade. Come to Vancouver, have a really good time. Um, it's not that, oh, I have to take your money. You're a loser. I'm a winner. All right, so Tesla is going to go through 430.
Seems like
Unfortunately,
it.
I don't have as much as I want.
I jumped back in with some calls on that, how when we started to break out here.
Should have stayed in there. I have only 360 shares left. I made good money on it. You can see my P&L right now. I made really good money
You
on
can see
that, but
you can see the 430 level right here. There's a lot of orders stacked there.
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think 430 is
But it doesn't
definitely a level that
necessarily
is going to hit.
yeah, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go there. Um, it's just an
An
indication
indicator,
that there are a lot of people expecting it to go there.
exactly 430. Wow, ooh, look at that. I would sell at 430. I would be one of those guys. So the moving averages that we use, I use 9 and 20. It's the exponential. Those are the ones that are closest to the price. The closer one always kiss the price faster. Like the one that it constantly kiss the
Yeah,
price is the 9. And then after that 20, these are exponential. And then I have 50 and 200, the simple moving average. And that's very typical in technical analysis. Usually two moving average closer with a ratio of 2 to 1, like 920 or 7 or 15 or 8 or 18. And then two bigger ones, 50, 100, or 200. That are usually simple. Yeah, so Mariana, we're gonna do a retreat in South America for sure. I mean, South America is my favorite part. I'll personally go a few times a year there. My next trip might be in Chile. I want to climb Ojos del Salda in Chile. But our next retreat is in Vancouver, obviously. We're gonna go, and I hope that everybody can come. I really hope that we can hit the 200 mark. The next retreat, if you want to have it in that way, I think we will consider either Dubai or Thailand, because both of them are kind of the exotic destination. We have a lot of traders in Dubai, and all right. So Tesla is
yeah,
going to go
Dubai.
to 430.
Here we go.
There we go, 430. I'm getting out, partialing out,
All
guys.
right.
Very nice, amazing. Oh, this
I'm
T-shirt
just
says
selling. Wow,
"Leave
selling
Spirit."
my fort. I'm selling some calls here. Okay, that's it. I'm out of calls. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tesla turned
refiller. You
into a
can
good
do
trade.
for the source. You can do open close average too. So it doesn't make a huge difference for the source. You can actually do open plus close divided by 2, the average of them. It doesn't make a huge difference though. There you go. Tesla is super nice now. Nice. Tesla is keep a gift that is keep giving.
Wow, it's still going. I kind of thought it might pull back here.
This is the way that it's going up. I wouldn't be
You think
surprised if this goes to 440.
do you think Elon's going to give a speech at the inauguration?
Sorry, Alana. Oh, I'm sure he has been in inauguration for sure. Yeah.
But is he going to give a speech?
No,
Is he
no,
going to
I don't think
jump
he's
up
going
and
to give
down?
us. No, no, no. I think it's funny because Bloomberg has a whole section and podcast. It's called Elon Incorporation, Elon Inc. And it's continuously their goal is weekly to see what Elon Musk is up to in his companies and his politics and everything. So it's really funny
Mm,
to watch them and generally give you a heads up that they're not fan of Elon Musk, people in Bloomberg. So they generally are criticizing it. Uh, but he's talking about that, during the emergency bill, he kind of got pushback from the politicians, and so he's really a slowdown on the Dodge and at America that he has, and now he moved to Europe. He wants to just mess around with European politics
yeah,
because during this emergency bill, he kind of realized that okay, it's not like campaign that you can say whatever it happens. It's now you have to deal with democratic system like Congress and everything, and most of them don't like to be pushed around too bad. So now he's just kind of eased down on in domestic policy. And now Elon is focused on messing around with European politics. But it's really funny that they have a section Elon Incorporation. Yeah, he had a very successful launch of Qualcomm yesterday.
Here's we're coming up to 4:32 now on
Yeah.
I don't have any shares left calls, but here it comes.
Oh man, 432. That's a trade that I wanted to. I wish that I wasn't getting out on it. Most of my position,
Yeah,
but I still made really good money,
I kind
25 grand on it. Wow. Anyone took that in trade with me? Anyone, guys? Anyone in the chat room? Anyone on YouTube? You guys did any take trade on Tesla? It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, shit, TSLL. Yeah, I should have taken TSLL actually, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I don't know why it again took trade on Tesla. I forgot that you could take TSLL. This is actually should be
Yeah.
on my watch. This actually TSLL has a really good order flow too. Yeah, see, boom. Okay, guys. Here's another thing: is that next week, so for Netflix earning, we're gonna go. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live for the earning in the afternoon. So
And that is that on Wednesday?
it's on Tuesday, I think. So we're gonna have
Tuesday?
now that
Okay.
we are in the earnings season full force. So what we want to do is actually we want to for the earnings season. Carlos agreed to us that come and we have really some really good traders at the close. Like Peter is really good at trading at the close. Brian is usually coming. So Brian, next Tuesday at 3:30 at the close, we want to go live for YouTube. So join us, guys, for trading live for earnings season. So I think this earnings season is going to be volatile because the valuations are super extended. So let's see if the companies actually can meet the expectation. Yeah, so Tesla was the most amazing trade that I did, and that was the only trade actually that I did. And I don't know if Carlos, you can share my screen. You can see, they can see my positions as well. So that was a turned out to be a pretty good day. Yeah, a little bit choppy when you get my screen for YouTube, but yeah, it's pretty good. I still have 100 shares of Tesla, $25,000 profit, and that was the only trade that I did. So that is for
Hey,
me. I
one
might
good
actually
trade.
do a recap today. Yeah, it takes one or two good trades. Um, I might do a recap on it as well. I'm just trying to find a good title for recap.
One good trade.
It's not sexy enough. Sexy titles. What did you trade, Brian? You did a short NVIDIA at the open, yes?
Yeah. No, I tried to do a long. The guy picked it up and on the pullback. It popped up. I sold some, and then it started to pull back again. I got out break even, and then the other trades I did were Tesla trades with you. Really got the best move on that nice breakout through 425, 426 with 425 calls.
Do you have any? Do you think you can share any screenshot or something of your trade so I can actually put it on the recap? Just the entries and exits on your options call, because I want to talk about that.
Yeah,
Or Avi, if Avi has any trade on options. Anyone did trade Tesla with
I
option?
think
Send me a screenshot. I'd like to add it for.
It doesn't, I don't, none of my trades show up on this charts.
Anyone traded options on Tesla? They can send me a screenshot so I can actually
There
add
was
it
a
in the
big
recap.
pop up there.
Those trades are getting more and more
Or
complex.
just,
Those trades are
yeah,
becoming
Tesla's
like
still strong here. Ooh,
Tesla.
Meta's
I wouldn't
selling
be
off.
Tesla. Oh, fuck Tesla. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla goes to 430, 440 today. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the trade that I want to get.
Wow, Meta's going to go red.
Surprisingly. Yeah, even IWM didn't have much momentum. Bitcoin 104, crypto is moving. All the crypto bros should be high. Mara, let's see what Mara is doing. Mara was hitting a
Yeah, I've
scanner
got some
earlier.
high
Coin
bit.
is a scanner. Yeah.
I have some high bit that I just holding in a long term account. Just I think so. I just sold some. MSTR must have had a good day.
Yeah, MSTR. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's up 6%.
It's a big order at 435 now on Tesla.
It's the 435. It's very possible. Yeah, shorting Tesla is a little bit tricky.
Oh yeah, that's wouldn't want to step in front of this train.
Yeah, this train is like started like Tesla when it started squeezing is boom.
Wow, Meta just went
Metal.
red.
The Supreme Court upholds the TikTok ban or sell law. Okay, so they have to sell or they have to leave.
It was at the news.
Apparently, so the
Oh,
Supreme Court,
so
yeah,
that's
upholds it.
the news that came out, eh?
Yeah, I don't know how much, what's the impact on, but yes, that is
Interesting.
kind
Ooh,
of makes
look at it.
sense.
The
I mean,
cues are
to be
dropping.
honest with you, it kind of makes sense. To me, I would be supporting it as a non-American. There's actually talk that Elon Musk might buy it.
Yeah, I think they're saying it's not for sale, but it's funny that that Meta's is dropping on that. If that's the news, it's funny that Meta's dropping. You would think that
I think
they
Meta
would
was
be.
going up. Yeah,
You would think that they're the beneficiary of that. Them and Snap. What is Snap doing right now? If that's
that's actually a
the
good
news.
question. Who is still using the Snap? Is the Snap still a thing? I know Peter is
Snap's still
using
a
it, but
thing.
yeah,
It's yeah, his kids use it. All those kids.
yeah.
Meta.
Meta. Snap is going up. Tesla. Okay, Tesla is now dropping bad. Q's just dropping. So I'm gonna get
I
out
should have
completely on
gotten.
Tesla, guys. I'm all out of Tesla. I had a really decent day on Tesla. So it looks like a Christmas tree,
Wow.
but there was essentially two trades only, and it turned out super nice. So
Wow, Meta. How do you in DAS, how do you unlock a screen?
How do you lock a
You
screen?
know,
Actually, the first place.
no,
I don't know how to
you know when
lock a
you put
screen.
the anchor, you know when you move the anchor over to your to a chart from your
Yeah.
montage and then it anchors the or anchors the chart. I haven't been able to
Yeah.
figure out how to unanchor it.
Oh, you know what you should do? You should. Which are you talking about? Chart?
Yeah,
Is it a
on the
chart
top
you want
right
to
click.
anchor? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want
So
to
just inside the chart, type, for example,
yeah,
Meta, and then click Meta, and then becomes
yeah.
unanchored. See my screen? Just go click on the chart and then
Oh,
type
I
anything
see.
here, Meta, doop, and then now it's unanchored.
Right. Okay, I got it.
Then you can anchor anything.
There you go.
What would
That
you do
worked.
without me, Brian? What would you do?
You know, I'm lost, literally.
You would have been lost. You would have been a bored, retired person right now. You don't know what to do. Go long walks and, you know,
Wow.
this
I'm
is
really
Abby.
surprised Meta actually sold off on that news. Hmm.
Abby, you
I would
made
have thought the opposite.
$60,000. Get the hell out of here. Get the fuck out of here. $60,000? This is this is criminal, Abby. Ah. Abby, this is gonna be on my recap today, actually. Do you have a better chart? Do you have any other chart? Because my recap is gonna be about options day trading. So very nice. Ah man. Ah, 60 fucking $1,000 on Abby. Honestly, when I
Hmm.
went to Abby's house and I saw how rich they are, I thought this must be his father's dad money. And now with looking at these trades, it's all his money.
Yeah, it's Abby. Abby's the
It's
rich
Abby's
guy.
money. I thought this, it's his father is rich. And no, he's actually himself rich. Yeah, I mean, if you could get like 100 contracts, I think you would have been getting that kind of money. I think based on this P&L, it looks like he has 200 contracts.
I just I shorted I shorted Meta using some puts. Ooh, that's nice. Just gonna sell some here at six or at $7. I'm short the 610. Or not short. I'm long the 610 puts, which is making me short.
Avi. Oh shit, IWM is pulling back.
Oh, that was a nice move on that. Wow.
It's Apple doing, yeah, Apple pulling back too, you know. Apple
Everyone's
221, I'm
pulling
a
back.
buyer. Apple 221, I'm a big
Wow.
buyer. What's the benefit in going long on puts rather than buying calls? So there are two different trade, Calizona girl. If you go long puts, you're essentially shorting the stock. You want this price to go down. When you're buying calls, you actually want to go long. But if your question is, what's the benefit of going long, long puts or selling calls? The difference is if you get into the choppy price actions, selling calls helps you because the depreciation of the decay of the options are in your favor. But the difference is that selling calls can be naked, so your stop loss has to be managed. I think that's probably your question was going long and selling calls.
Yeah, going long puts versus selling calls. So in
Yeah.
both cases, well, when you sell calls, you either want the stock price to stay below your strike price, or you want the price. Ideally, you want the price to go down. And when you're buying puts, you want the price to go down. The difference is, as Andrew mentioned, if you do a like if you just sell calls, your call it's referred to as being naked, the position, and your potential for loss is unlimited, basically. So it's like being short anything, but with options, because of the leverage, you can lose a lot more. So by purchasing calls, basically, the most you can lose is whatever you invested in that trade. Oh, there we go. Now Meta's bouncing back. It's a quick one and done trade on that one. That was nice. Happy with that. Okay, guys, if you want sort of the soup to nuts information on trading options, you can check out my book on Amazon. It's called How to Trade Options. Starts with the basics and then talks about some strategies and talks about risks and rewards. So
Yeah, so the standing options are super important, guys. Remember that you really need to have a better understanding because they're one level more sophisticated than what we're doing. And even for someone like me, I realize myself could be messing around. So that's why we're putting this Brian's book here link, so you can read it. It's a very easy read. The good thing about the Brian's book and my book is they're easy reads because we're not finance educated. People who are finance educated, they really drown you in excessive information. And yeah, so my new book is out. I gotta probably just sit down together. Probably today I have time to do the final editing and the charts. I have to ask my designer to do the charts. Honestly, if I push it, it would one day work. But I have a tendency of getting not work done. So that's something.
so it's available now on Amazon?
No, it's not yet. It's just trying to do the final
Oh,
editing.
okay.
And there are some charts that has to be redesigned with high quality. So it takes me about a day to complete that. Right, I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'm going to come and do the recap. So IWM bounce back. So the market, the SPY looks like it wants to go back. If
Yeah.
anyone wants to jump, Brian, for a second, Brian. If not, I'll just take a quick 2 minutes break, guys. Don't go anywhere. I have some
Yeah.
announcement to make. Yeah, nobody goes anywhere. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Just
Nobody
the
goes
bathroom.
anywhere.
Nature is calling.
It's interesting. So Tesla's just sitting right on top of the VWAP right now. The last 10 minutes really hasn't done much. Supreme Court upholds TikTok ban in a unanimous ruling. So TikTok's going to go, I guess it's going to go dark on Sunday. Interesting. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of unhappy teens. So there you go. Okay, Tesla's going back up. maybe. It's trying to bounce here. Nvidia bounce back. SPY and Qs bounce back. That was kind of predictable, actually, when you think of it. There's no reason for the market to sell off on that news. Meta's looking like it's trying to crawl back here. Let's take a look at what the book map looks like on Meta. Got orders at 618, 621. Possibly a good time to go long on Meta. Although I don't like the where it's in right now. It's right at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart. So this is an area potentially where it'll reject. Which is exactly what it's doing right now. So let's see how far back it pulls here. Might be worth selling. I'm looking at selling some 600 puts. Talk about selling options. Could sell some 600 puts here. They'd expire the end of the day, and I'm getting 90 cents for them. So our low of day here was around 604. Bit of a risky trade, but you just use a stop on it. So if it comes up over $1, I'll just stop out. Otherwise, I'll wait for these just to leak off in value and then keep the premium. There's a lot of levels that Meta has to get through here right now. There's this 9 EMA, which we're still struggling to get through. And then there's yesterday's low, just under 610. Okay, so Tesla just lost VWAP there. So it seems like the buyers are finished.
All right, good morning, everybody, again. All right, so Tesla is down, huh?
Yeah, Tesla's rolled over, lost a VWAP.
Interesting.
Come on, Meta, get through that 9 EMA. Didn't like that pullback. I've sold some 600 puts on Meta.
SPY looks like it wants to go higher. Yeah, SPY is such a strong DEX. Boom, popping up, boom.
Okay, there we go. Through the 9 EMA on Meta, so that's a good thing. Here we go. Like puts, the value
Shorting
of my puts are
Meta,
dropping.
rising the scanner. Mara is moving up like crazy.
Yeah, there was something about Trump doing something with with Bitcoin or something. Was the news? The news was
Well, I love the source of your news. Such an accurate news that. Did you enjoy such accurate reporting by Brian? There was something about something that did something about
no,
something.
it's I just read the headline. It said Bitcoin gains as Trump reportedly plans crypto. He's doing an executive order. I don't know what he's planning an executive order.
That was really
It's
something.
fine.
Yeah,
Crypto's coming up here.
executive order. So Thor is shorting
All right.
Nasdaq futures.
Okay, I'm moving my stop now on this on this meta trade to break even.
So are you short Meta?
I'm short the puts, which makes me essentially long.
Long. Which puts 600?
600. I got 92 cents for them. We'll see if it works out. Their orders are starting to show up to the upside here. So if this trade, all I wanted to do is just stay around this level or continue. Ideally, I would like to see it continue to move higher. But if we just hang around this level all day, I'd be happy too, because the money I've collected on selling these puts will just stay in my bank account, on my brokerage account.
I sold my TNA. I mean, the little shares of TNA that I had, I sold it. I think I want to stay out of this mess for now. Just having some cash.
SPY is right back at high of day. Tried to break out there actually. See if we continue to move. That was a
We
big
didn't
bit of
trade
a
the
drop on it.
MSTR.
What?
We didn't trade MSTR today, but we do trade it time to time. Yes. We didn't trade MSTR.
No, I find it hard to trade. I just find it jerky.
Yeah, it's very Vicky. It's not a very clean price action.
Yeah.
If you want to trade that Mara, it trades much nicer. Do you see the move on Mara? It's beautiful. I found Coin that also trade nice. Coin also, I mean, not today, but Coin generally, Mara and Coin trade nice. Mara is a lower price, like $20 is better. I don't know if Mara actually has a leverage product. I don't think they have. Do they?
No, I don't. It's too low price of stock.
Yeah. Vanya, you want to get to 2050. Yeah, I think it's most likely it's going to go to 2050. So Vanya is 2050 long.
Yeah, everything's getting AMD's not going anywhere. What's your buddy Apple doing? Apple came back up a bit, eh? Got down to four.
Apple came
Got down
back.
to two.
Yeah, I was ready to buy some leverage product on Apple, but
I don't know. See how it finishes the day. It'd be interesting to see how we go out at the end of the day here on some of these stocks.
Hmm. You guys, since now that it's a slow time of the market, I was wondering if you guys can help me with an honest review on my book, because I'm so close to get to 18,000 reviews. And if you've read my book, if you've purchased it, I'm really appreciating an honest review. It means a lot to me. So I posted a link over there. So if you're logged in on your Amazon account, you can just write an honest review. I would really appreciate that. That's a milestone for me.
Well, that pullback was a real opportunity. Wow, look at Nvidia's breaking out here, new high of day. Well, I had that big pullback on whatever that news was, TikTok news.
Thanks. It's not the
It's a
new book,
kind of
it's the old book. New book is not out yet. Oh, such a beautiful day, guys. Such a beautiful morning. Never miss a sunrise, never miss a sunset. You watch a
yeah, look at
sunrise,
that, eh?
how the world. How's YouTube people guys doing? Um, so, like a boss, if you want to join us for the retreat for Vancouver, which I'm very, very appreciative of you doing that, it would be here. I am posting it, the link here. Yeah, you can join. We have 3 days full events, everything included. We all actually, again, I booked a mansion nightclub for everybody too. So we're going to go to a nightclub together. No entry, nothing. It's just, it would be an amazing time because Paris wants to dance.
Can dance if
Johnny
you want it.
misunderstood.
Well, it seems like we're kind of settling in to some trading ranges right now. That breakout on Nvidia couldn't hold, or at least it's they're struggling there anyway.
Tesla went
Yeah,
back
that
to be
was
down.
uh, that pullback was really a good opportunity to buy right at 10.25.
Guys, and I also remember next week, next month, I'll be, Brian and I both actually would be in Vegas. I have two presentations for Money Show.
Yeah,
So again, I appreciate you guys coming and having the support.
what's the topic of your
So mostly
speech
about, so
presentation?
I'll go through the 3 day trading strategies that I go. And one of the topics also about the result of the trend trading on S&P 500, that how you can actually uh,
Cool.
trade the S&P 500 and make money out of it. It's a paper that we published this, based on this paper that we published with Carlo. It's actually a very interesting paper. So the result really blows your mind. We already have a lot of banks and firms reaching out to us, mostly to Carlo Zaratini to that, because essentially, look at the Tesla today. You see this choppiness. Look at my chart, and then eventually the trends happen. So the paper is about how to find these choppy consolidation and then the breakout on S&P 500 and how you can actually massively beat the market. So it's based on that. A very, very interesting paper. So I'm going to present.
Nice. My MetaTrade, which I'm sitting on for the rest of the day, hopefully, unless I get stopped out, is getting a little more profitable after that nice pop. As long as the stock keeps going up, the price of the put options are just going to keep dropping. And because I'm short, I can either buy them back at the end of the day when they'll expire, hopefully worthless, or I can just leave them. Regardless, the plan is to keep the money. Oh, there goes Mars through 2050.
Mara 2050. Yeah, there you go. Vania, you were going down. That's amazing.
Yeah. There's a big order there. You could see it right there, 2050. There is an order there at 21 as well. It's really broken out of its range here. The Camarilla pivots broke out through R4 and now it's just ripping higher here. Could go to 23. There we go.
Chris,
Liking that. What were you going to say?
thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. No, I just wanted to thank one of the members. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know Vania, you took the trade on Mara. It's gonna went up to 250. It's amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
she is amazing. Yeah, now it's right at the resistance level
Yeah.
right now here. So Gary else is why not publishing a product like you mean an ETF that does that? You know, Gary, launching a financial product is very different from research. And Carlos said that let's set up, so let's automate this one and put some money in there to trade for it. And I said, okay, yeah, I'll pay like 10, 20 grand on it and trade and see how it goes. But launching a financial product is a different animal. Like I'm an educator, I'm a content creator. I'm even trading terminal. I'm thinking of selling it because it's just building a financial tool. It's just I don't have it.
It's,
Like you know what I mean? Not
yeah, it's a lot of work.
necessarily. Yeah, no, it requires a different level of determination. I found about trading terminal is when you're building a tool like fintech company, it requires a different. And I'm not that person. Like I'm a content creator. I love coming on YouTube and do a recap and everything or trade, but I can't really manage a detail-oriented fintech product. Like when I was over the weekend, I told you when I was flying over Vegas, the CEO of founder CEO of Well, it's a public company, was sitting next to me, and I was having a chat with him. I knew of him, and I started talking to him. And then this is what I found: the whole 2.5 hours of the flight, more than that, 3 hours, because there was some delay on the runaway too. He was working from tab to tab, from a Slack to a spreadsheet, constantly writing on that. And except that 10 minutes that I talked to him, he was working constantly. This tab here, they constantly assigning tasks and everything. And even though when during the landing they say, okay, put everything up, bring out your seat and everything, we were on the emergency. Obviously, he couldn't have anything in there. Quickly, we draw another iPad and started writing notes on that iPad. And I was looking at what are you writing in these 5 minutes. He was like, okay, January 13 meeting, action items. We should do this, this, and this until boom, we land. And I said, fuck, man, that's how you run $1 billion company. You need that level of seriously, you need to that level of like his company is worth $2 billion, Will.to. So I said, fuck me. As soon as I'm sitting here in the plane, oh, bring me some there, and then we should watch these. Like, my life is a waste, like compared to this guy. Like I know. I was surprised that it's flying commercial. I was actually surprised, and I told him that we were in economy, and I told him that, I said, "Are you how much was he?" He said, "Yeah." So I know him, blah blah blah. And then I made that joke with him, that, "Dude, what are you here between two fat men? Like, what's your deal?" He said, "I was in business class, but his dad's 78. I saw his dad, said 82 or 78." And he didn't get. He had only one business class upgrade, so he saw that. I didn't get upgrade either, so I wasn't there. So it was a busy flight. And I told him, "Where's your corporate jet?" He said, "No, I'm not rich enough to have a corporate jet." And for some people,
Yeah.
they just don't want that. It's a corporate jet. Like if I get $50 million, I would definitely buy a corporate jet because fuck it, life is too short. But this guy is probably worth 100 million, 200 million, but it still flies commercially.
Who would you get? A G5, the global 6,000.
I don't know. Like if you're worth
You
$50
didn't
million,
build.
you're worth,
Yeah.
huh? You can have a. I mean, in Vancouver, even last year,
Okay.
somebody came to me. He was actually selling private jets, and he said you can have a good product by 2 million.
A decent private jet is really expensive though. I mean, it's 10 million plus all the operating costs, 10, 15, 20 million, even for a small one. So you're saying you didn't build trading terminal because it was easy. You build it because you thought it was going to be easy.
Yes, the famous. We don't do it because it's easy. We do it because we thought it's easy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's another problem with the private jets. Like, you can't go intercontinental. Like, you can't cross Atlantic with them. So you need to fly commercial,
Yeah.
anyways. And the flights internally, I don't know. If you want to fly from Vegas, is it worth to have $10,000 an hour? Like it's like you go. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it is. Like you can just book a really nice business class for $2,000 and go and get the same experience. I don't know. I think that you got to be super super frequent flyer like Elon Musk. Elon Musk is pretty much everywhere every day. That can
Yeah.
justify that, but most of the executives don't really need a corporate jet. Mars, yeah, when he wants to do Mars.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like to have a helicopter
queues are
though.
breaking out here.
I like to have a helicopter. The used one is 1 million. The good ones are the new ones are 2 million. It's pretty handy locally. I like to actually get the license too. So helicopters would be nice. Like you have something in your backyard, you fly Whistler, ski, come back. And they're not that expensive. With 1 million, 1.5, you can get a really good one. All right, so enough of what we don't
Yeah.
have. Let's talk about what we can have.
Enough of what we don't have.
It's 11.
Still think
So who's coming?
Mars going to Mars. Yeah, Mars going to 21. I still think might actually even be worth a swing trade if you're going to see some executive order being put out. That'll probably keep a bid under the Bitcoin stock. So something to think about over the weekend. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm still with my meta trade. So we'll let those it puts expire worthless. I'll just keep the money. And that's it for the day.
Andrew, you buy a
Absolutely,
helicopter or a
guys.
jet, I'll fly it for you.
Oh, there you go. Here is our man of airplanes. Abby, did you really make $60,000, or you're fucking with us?
Oh,
Is
I
that
took a
really
couple of
sixty
hits
thousand
up front,
dollars?
and yeah. Well, it was a couple of losses, stop outs, and then this one. It's hard to have a red day with a trade like that, so I'll close it at that.
So you bought the puts
Nice.
of 430 at 395. Sorry, calls of 430, and then you sold them at 6.
Yeah.
And
Yep. I went slightly
so
out of the
out of the
money.
money calls. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Out of the money because I figured if it's gonna move, it's gonna move fast, and so I'm not too worried about time decay. Going out of the money, you get a little extra kick out of it, and it worked out.
And that's not cool,
Sweet.
essentially, what you did here. But congratulations.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks. It
nice.
was working.
Yeah, nice trade.
Yeah.
Nice
Nice.
trade. Yeah, really
All
nice
right, there
like
goes
that. Yeah.
Tesla. Tesla breaking out again.
Yeah.
All
Tesla.
right, guys.
Tesla's gonna go back up. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab
This
some
market is
breakfast.
crazy. So I'll hand it over.
Yes,
Thanks, Brian.
crazy.
Thanks for everything. It was
Yeah,
always great
cheers.
trading next to you.
Yeah,
Avi, are you alone or
had
anyone
fun.
joining you?
I'm here. I think Carlos might come on. But yeah, otherwise I'm here. All good.
Perfect. So I'm actually. Do you have any other trade on? Because today I want to talk about options trading in my recap, and I was wondering if you have more stuff to share. Do you have any other thing to share?
Well, not from
Like
today's
these?
trading. Not from
Or
any other
from the
executions
previous
I
ones?
took today. Yeah,
No, but
from
from
all
the
week I've
yesterday.
had a
Can you
few.
send me a couple of nice ones from a few days ago to my Telegram, so I can actually do the recap based on that? Because I like to the recap. We want to talk about advanced options and strategies.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll send you a few today. I've got a few in the database,
Yes,
so
please.
all
Thank you.
good.
All right, I
Alrighty.
got to take a break. And guys, see you in Vancouver, guys. I cannot emphasize how important it is, guys, you come, and how excited we are all to have you guys. Get your ticket. The flights are pretty cheap if you book it now. The hotel is super cheap, and the cost of the event would be completely going through the food and treating you. And if you come, I give this money credit back to you when you sign up, when you renew your membership with us or get the big capital bootcamp. So we'll give you the code at the event. So it's free Vancouver wedding. Awesome. So I'm gonna go hand it over to the boss. Hey, boss, and all the best.
All right. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Brian. That was a fun opening session. A little wild, I gotta say. I found it tricky. Anyways, how are you guys all doing on YouTube over here? Having fun yet? It is Friday. Gotta have some fun.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey,
Guys, so over on
Carlos.
chat, I'm just gonna shut the chat down. I think Thor is coming on. I see the Hammerman ready to go there. So, guys, over on the chat room, we'll stop here. Thor is on our chat room. We're gonna continue on YouTube. So, thank you guys.
Righty. How you doing today, Carlos?
Dude, I gotta tell you, from the time I went live to now, my health has deteriorated so much. You could be hearing my voice. It's unbelievable. So, my wife came back from the doctor. She was not feeling well, and she got the flu. So I already know where this is going. So after this, I'm gonna go get checked and see what's going on. But I literally have my camera off and the lights off because it's bothering my head. So we'll keep those off for now. But
Alrighty,
dude,
all
you
right.
amazing trade on your end, man. What the heck? Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, what the heck? That one went fast and fun, and sometimes they work out in an ideal way. This is one of them. Doesn't always happen this way,
Yep, yep.
but when you're there, and it works. So can't complain.
That's awesome, man.
I gotta say, though, overall, it's been a very tough morning. I've found it quite difficult to read wicks on all sides of all candles on everything on my screens
Yep.
until Tesla decided to clean itself up, and then that's the one that worked. So, a tough one. But you stay in the game, you take your 1 hour stop outs, you lose what you plan to lose, then when the winner comes, it pays for everything and you've had a good day. So that's the name of the game, probabilities. Keep your winners small and keep your winners bigger than your losers.
Yeah,
And then
that's
you're
it.
okay. So that's kind of the story here. So let's see here, guys. I got the chart open. Again, these levels I was showing you guys yesterday, very straightforward and simple. You can see how Tesla is just reacting to those. It was choppy. It broke out of the chop, which was high of day, which is pretty much the level I had, about 427.4 or so. As soon as it got out of there, that was it. It just pushed up and hit the next obvious round number, 435, close enough to my area, and started having trouble there, and that's the exit. So, I was trading with my mentees all morning, and while Tesla was in this area, I was telling them, "Don't touch it. This is a disaster. Don't touch it." Why? Because you got candles throwing wicks on both sides, and they're not even going anywhere. They're just in the same place. They're overlapping each other, wicks on both sides. This is what you don't want to touch. This is where you blow up accounts. Wait for it to get out of where it is choppy, which pretty obviously is out of where it's choppy. It just exits that area. As soon as it did, you had what, two massive white candles, and just you can already target the top. You have levels or you have obvious numbers. You can see liquidity at 435, whatever you like to look at as a target. And that's that. And then what happened? Came back down, and guess what level it bounced off of? Well, pretty much where it came from. You can see an opening range sort of area, basically resistance, turn support, the most powerful levels. Could have taken a long here 10 minutes ago. I wasn't watching. I'm done for the day, but this is exactly the kind of trade I take. This is basically a retest of the breakout that happened an hour before. And this might even run further than the first one because first was just a volatile breakout. This is the retest. Typically, these get bigger. They take longer, but typically, this is where I'll expect it to really go beyond 435 and to the next levels up. So again, having an understanding of price structure and how levels work really, and if the price behaves in an ideal fashion at a level, that creates opportunities, and those are the opportunities I'm taking basically every day. And yeah, trading today with my mentees, a lot of them took this as well. We kind of took it together, so good time. It's always fun when you get to do it together and share. So fun.
That's awesome, man.
And yeah, let's get this. You see, guys, levels again. Meta, same thing. I got the same levels, measured moves off of the 8 a.m. candle. Where was it? 8 a.m. Wherever it was. I just moved the levels down. And Meta had a big sell-off, and where did it bounce off? Well, pretty much one of those levels. It's it's amazing.
Yep,
It's
yep.
really measured moves. Yeah, it doesn't get too much simpler than that. Here, I'll show you another one. If I was trading, I probably would have taken this, but I'm done. Apple came down, massive double bottom that concluded just about at the level I like. New 5 minute high, especially after that massive hammer. That's the entry, stop loss right below. Even going halfway to your target, you're at 5R or whatever. Take some partials there and then hold the rest for the rest of the move. You're already at break even. This is it's not too complex. Here, I'll show you another one. Google, again, big double bottom at a level. Guess where you go long? Of course, not an ideal double bottom. This one, the second was lower than the first, so it's one I would hesitate with. But again, just to show you levels, really fun. Here's another one. Amazon, where's the low? Pretty much at where you can see at the lowest level I've got there. Then higher low. You can see this as double bottom starts to really gain strength, confirming the double bottom above that 224 level. Off you go. This looks good. It's going to get choppy on the way as it goes. Anyways, it's late in the day. It's going to be slow, but the setup is there. It was there about a minute ago. So, guys, trading is not, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's up to you now. You want to make it complex or you want to have some fun with it? No, it's your choice. But yeah, same thing as yesterday, really. No different. Same story.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Very similar to what you did yesterday here again today. It just shows you consistency. That's awesome.
Yeah. Stick to your process and you just need one winner and you make up for three, four losers, and it's like beyond any goals you could have ever had. So it's
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
So let's see. We got some questions here. I'm trying to look at these. Harshita, do you move the measured levels to the open? Yeah, I do. Even these measured levels, you can put 10 lines on this chart and you don't have to move it. It's just that my chart isn't that big. So, and it gets a little difficult. But as soon as you have the measurement, you can draw it for $100 up and down and use that for that day. Come back tomorrow and reset it based on the new 8 a.m. candle. So yeah, just move them or just add on the top and bottom. That's all I do really. We got Venu for the measured move from 8 a.m. candle. Are you using a 5-minute? Yep, 5-minute 8 a.m. candle. That's right. Kyle Taylor, show us how you program the fib tool. Yeah, so the fib tool, all I did is instead of having the regular Fibonacci retracement levels, I just readjusted the levels so that I get equal distance lines. You can just go with like 25, 50, 75, 100. I mean, that's equal distance, right? So that's it. Just equal distance is all you need. And so I'm abusing the tool, right? Take it that way. I'm using it in a way it's not meant to be used. It's like using the clutch in the car for a brake, right? You're gonna burn that thing out soon
Oh
enough. But
man, it's fun,
I've done it.
but
It's fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. But yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I burnt out an old Jeep once in the desert, really bad in the desert. I had to get a
Oh,
recovery truck coming out it was just something else. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
so
Oh man.
anyways, all that. What else do we have here? Five. If Avi gets 500 likes. Oh, yeah, Kyle. Hey, 500 likes. Where are we now? Yeah, and I'll show you how to
I
program the
have not
tool. How
looked
about
at the likes this morning. Let's take a look here. We are
that?
sitting. Oh, I'm showing 6. That's got to be not updated. Hold on.
Yeah.
Refresh. 334. All right, it'll be a stretch. It's later in the day. It's harder. It's harder later in the
Hmm.
day to get 200 more. But never say never.
What if I keep showing you all levels? We get more? Come on, you guys say yes or no in the chat, and then we have a conviction to do something.
Yeah, I say we do it, man. I want to see another one.
Yeah, let's do it. Roy, no, I'm done trading. That's enough. I took a couple of trades and nice green day, be done for it. There's no need to get into a late night trading session again.
Yeah, because remember, guys, Avi's in Dubai. So what is it there now? 1 in the morning?
Yeah, almost. It's just past 8 p.m. So yeah, close to 1 a.m. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Uh, Look at this on Tesla, guys. I'm telling you, this is where if I had taken this recent retest of the previous breakout, I would have more conviction to hold it even longer, at least up to the 436 level. And then yeah, this is where there's more conviction that it really goes. This is where it'll get to the 435, the previous high of day, struggle, and likely this is where it's more likely to make a high of day break. And then you just shift these levels further out, and you're going towards 340 at that point. It has that feel to it as well. So and these again, price structure, just understanding how that works, Wyckoff and all that stuff. It's not too complex, really. I gotta say, there's most professions in this world are far more complex technically than day trading. Like what I used to do before was I was flying airplanes and teaching people to fly. I was a flight instructor, and that was incredibly complex technically. On the technical front, day trading is not. It doesn't have to be. You can make it if you want to. You can have 20 monitors with 100 indicators and 500 tickers, but at that point you're the New York Stock Exchange, so you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah,
What do we got here?
mistakes there could cost your life too. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's it.
it's a lot more intense.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
man, I've been with an instructor and we done the engine stall, the free engine stall.
Fun.
I was sitting in the back seat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's not do that again.
The most fun I've had that I always had with student pilots is at some point I got to put them in a spin and
Yeah.
just give them the airplane without ever briefing them on the ground, without any theory behind it. Just put them in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And they're relatively new, right? Just a few hours in the cockpit and get some altitude, and you got clear space, and you stall that thing, and then you kick a rudder, usually the left rudder, and it just starts tumbling out of the sky, right? And there's like two of you sitting there, and that's the moment where the character of a person reveals itself.
Yeah.
Really. And
So
the kid is,
the true
the student
character
pilot.
comes out.
Yeah. And in those 3 seconds, you can tell if this guy, gets scared easily or knows how to handle an unpredictable, really tough, challenging, and near impossible situation.
Yep.
And it's that reaction, in that instinctive reaction. You can kind of see how hardened or how soft that person is. And again,
Yep.
I,
Yep.
I then adjust the training program beyond that spin session. And yeah, there you go from there. So those were fun, man. I used to enjoy spins because really you watch people freeze. Sometimes you watch people react and start, pushing the airplane all over the place. Of course, always doing the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I have a limit to how far or how close to the ground I'll let it go before I recover. And
Yep. Yep.
I'm still alive, so I always recovered. So
It's worked out.
fun, man, really fun. But yeah, yeah, day trading. Sometimes I find it scarier than that. Get into situations
Yeah.
like, oh crap, it's going the wrong way. But that
Yep.
stuff's good
Yep.
training. Oh wow. So what do we have? I'm looking at people
Yeah,
typing
we got
here
some
on YouTube.
questions here. Where do you put your stops? To be more specific, which trade you're
Mhm.
talking about? On the measure
Ye-
moves. Okay, there we go. You did add to that. Okay.
Yeah. So measured moves, you gotta understand there's two things happening here. One is the horizontal line on the chart, and the other is the candlestick on the chart, right? And my order of priorities is price action first. So that's candlesticks. And then, you only really look at the price action at the levels. So on the trade I took today, I got in pretty much right on top of the level as the breakout happened. It pulled back a touch and it was starting to pull up. So I figured it's basically sat there for about a minute, retested, consolidated above the level. As soon as I realized it's ready to go above the consolidation, just above the level, about 428, I think was my entry. I'm in it. Now, initially, I'm putting my stop just below the level. I want to give it a little room in case I read it wrong, it may not want to go. But the moment it starts really going and I'm seeing the momentum, I very quickly like to move my stop just below my entry candle. And then really once it's departed the area, so in this case it's closer to 430, which in this case it happened quick. I was pretty much at break even. And at that point there was a lot of unrealized profit at break even, so it's all free at that point. And it's almost stress free. And then you're just kind of your target's up there. I targeted the higher level there, but it started to misbehave with 435. So I'm like, oh, that's enough for me. And I'll take it off. So that's the way I manage these trades. I like to tighten up the stops as quickly as possible. That's a bigger priority to me than taking the profits. Once my head is out of that, okay, I got risk on the table. Now, I'm at break even or better, and that's risk off. Then trade management becomes easier. It actually becomes easier to hold for bigger targets. It becomes easier to hold bigger unrealized gains. All that is psychology. And yeah, that's when the fun happens. So that's my trade management style at the moment. Cool. We got a question on Camarilla pivots. No, I don't understand Camarilla pivots, so I can't tell you anything about them. Thor and a lot of other guys are the guys for that, but not me.
Yeah, I see Thor in chat. Going over some stuff as well. Let's give you guys a sneak peek because this goes on all day, right? Me and Avi come off now, and Avi, you certain days you come off from here and uh, you jump in the chat, right? Is that every day?
It's only when Paras is busy dancing somewhere and can't be on the mic, so that's when I go. But yeah, I'm
Awesome.
there sometimes. Yeah,
All
a
right.
lot of days recently.
So here it is. Here's our good buddy Thor in the chat room going over some of his technical stuff. He trades Camarilla pivot points. So you can see his platform there, and he's just kind of going over some stuff. So yeah, guys, give it a shot. I mean, you got a couple of memberships you could try out. I always tell people, if you really want to try something, yeah, you could do the dollar membership. It only gets you the courses, doesn't really give you the chat room. spend what is it like 99 bucks for the whole month for everything. Just spend the $99 and then make sure that every day you're in there, checking it out and see if it's something for you. You know, so just spend the $99, get in there, get access to everything, take advantage, and then if you realize, hey, I love this, then save yourself some money and get an elite membership where you can save a couple of bucks for the whole year. So that's the way to really test something out, right? This is company now. Avi, you probably might have heard of it, Turo. So Turo, you can actually rent. I'm starting to see ads everywhere here now, and you can actually rent a specific car, like whatever car you want. So it's not like Hertz or these other big companies where they'll say this car but similar. So for example, if you come, you want to rent a Lamborghini, you can search Lamborghini. You're gonna get that specific car, right? And what they're starting to do here is like a lot of people when they want to buy a car, they don't want to just go test drive it for one day. They want to rent it for a whole week. So they'll go rent this exact car, see how it is for the whole week as they're actually doing things, and say, okay, you know what? I loved it. I didn't love it. I like it, whatever. And they make a decision that way. That's more informed than you going to a dealership and riding a car for, 10 minutes and saying, do you love it or not, right? Take it out in the real world and see how that thing's going to do, So same here. Get the month, check it out, make a informed decision. So.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I did that up front when I first got my membership. It was a monthly thing. And realistically, I think it was by the end of the first week, I was like, that's it. I'm buying the longer term thing. And that was it. I'm still here. That was 6 years ago. It was instant.
Nice.
It was like, there was no questions asked. And for me, it was after I had bounced between three different, really odd, strange trading rooms where it was like, it was more like pump and dump Reddit style stuff. And I very quickly showed up. It was messy
We all do
stuff.
the
And
same thing. Yeah.
So, yeah, same thing.
We all kind of jump into the flashy stuff. Like, oh, this looks flashy. Let's jump in here and realize that, wait a minute, this is not it's not what I'm expecting.
Yep,
So,
absolutely. What do we
all right, let's
looking
check
at
in
here?
chat here. What do we got going on? Is a measure move always set to $4 away? That's a great question. It shouldn't be,
Yeah.
or is it? Is it always $4 away?
No. You gotta
It can
first
be,
measure
yeah.
the move, right? Measure
Right.
the move, and then you go and use that exact distance moving forward. So I'll show you some examples here. You see Meta here on my screen. It's approximately $2 measured move. Let's look at NVIDIA. How far is this? It's about a little more than $1 on NVIDIA today. On AMD, you have something like 80 cents or so on the measured move. You see, it's different every day and on every ticker. And on my method, it's different. And my method is simply the size of the 8 a.m. candle. That's it. That's the move I'm planning for the day. And here, I'll take a look at this again. This is a more interesting scenario on Meta here. Again, very clear, obvious bounce. We're at a level that we have in mind, and just going straight up. If you got that reversal, I mean, that's where I would target reversal. Anyways, you have an obvious round number, 605. So the measured move was here. This 8 a.m. candle, whatever this was, about $2 or so. Meta went up. It opened up in where? About this area somewhere. So I had the lines measured out. It was in this area. And then Meta started dropping massive, giant candles, right? So I moved the measured move lines down and then massive, giant candles. But now look at that. I kept moving the measured moves down. But looking at these massive, giant candles, these lines look tiny, right? The distance is a joke. So what I do in this scenario when I'm seeing the candles are just basically outweighing the measure, then forget about the measure. Just go from the bottom to the top. We have, instead of taking this as 4 different measured moves, I take this as one measured move. So go long here, the target would be perhaps 610, right? And you start from 610, the next measured move would be, I don't know, let's do this now since it's on its way. You have 610.50, just move it up. Or is it? Gotta get this. Yeah, approximately there. You have about 616.50. That's the next target up. So you see the measured move really is you're just multiplying. And again, this is based on gauging the sizes of the candles. And Meta's been doing this. Now you can see the candles are smaller. So if you're getting into a trade at this time of the day, basically after this reversal, you might think about thinking of it in 2 lines instead of 4. So another simple way to do it is just have 2 lines straight up and don't have 4 or 3 or whatever I'm doing here. This can get messy, but you also got to gauge the price action on top of the measure move. Like I said earlier, there are 2 things on this chart. measured moves and price action. And price action is priority. That's the number one first most important thing. The measured move thing is something you lean on the side. That's secondary. So it's basically two indicators. So hope that makes sense. Sorry, a little long-winded, but that's the way I'm seeing it. This is a unique scenario on Meta today. But hey, look at this. I'll show you the opposite example. Microsoft. Look at that. Measured move, right? Massive candles up front. So I was looking at it as 4 levels at once. But once it's settled down in the last, hour or so, what is this? It's right in there. It's just exactly almost that stagnation, and looks like that's where it wants to be all day. It might drop actually towards the end of the day, but I don't think so. But now, I mean, right now we don't know anything. We just know it's there. And, so there you go. That changes again with time of day, and you can see the market behavior changing. On Microsoft, it was about 9:40, 9:45. So only had 15 minutes of volatility, and that's the end of that. So that's what I did on Tesla today as well. There it is. When I got into the position here, I didn't target just the next level up. I targeted 2 levels up because I was seeing, even in this consolidation, these were pretty big candles, messing around. And once I realized the breakout, and I know the potential of Tesla, I trade it every day. It's, it's likely to go. I did keep an eye on it at this 431 area, and I realized there were no sellers there. It was just sitting for a little bit, then breakout. There were no sellers. Look at your 1-minute chart. You probably see that. We can do that here. It's not much happened over there. Where was it? Right here. A little push down and boom. This was not serious selling. If you had volume, you'd have even more insight on that. So these are ways to use it. And again, showing up every day, coming in with the moderators and the mentors and doing it every day, you build these instincts. You hear about it every day. You see it every day. You execute upon it every day. You lose money and make money on it every day. You get really intimate with the stuff, And that's what I'm saying. Like, show up every day with the right people who are doing the right things in the right chat rooms, and you're in the good place. So that's how that works. Yeah. Cool. Oh, what else is going on, man? I'm seeing a lot of opportunities today. There were periods so far where I thought it was incredibly choppy. But overall, I mean, all these reversals are very, very good ones. I have Amazon, Apple, Nvidia was so-so. Tesla, of course, the breakout and then the retest. And of course, Meta. Meta's, as Paris likes to say, Meta's my girlfriend and Tesla's his girlfriend. Well, I was with his girlfriend today, Tesla. There you go. Don't tell him.
Poor Paris. Poor Paris. Well, he's not around. Somebody's got to take care of business. So
yeah, if you can't keep her attention, she's not your girl. That's it, man. I gotta tell him that. Look at that. Things are popping up now. Amazon, if y'all caught that reversal, again, nice double bottom, just the kind of setup I like. And boom, you're in this. What else? Hey, look at this. I think the neatest one really is Apple because it gave you a very good double bottom. And you can see where, even in the middle of the range, you can see it struggled. But this hammer it put in right here, the 1045, that's a very bullish piece of price action. The new high off of that is probably an add opportunity. You can see it basically never tested the low of that hammer, just barely. Even put in the second hammer there. And boom, now it's ready to go, it looks like. So the target is 232 on that, if I was in it. And yeah, Nvidia is a tricky one, I'd say. It's just about in that area. This could be a double top. This could be, you know what? Here, I'll give you this clue, guys. It came up to the area, right? This 137.80 area. And the first bearish candle was genuinely bearish. It wasn't like a little doji consolidation. This was bears pushing it down. This gives me more of an indication it might become a double top. You have the nice arch in it, the little U shape, and that's shaping up nicely. I'm not seeing bulls really continuing to bid up this thing. I'm seeing bears getting very interested for now. If it breaks the high, however, then move the levels up and see what happens. For now, that's just the price action in the last 30 minutes or so. So let's see. Generally speaking, most things are going up. Oh, here's another one here. This is one for right now, if you guys want to trade. Google at the level, consolidation. Again, see this one didn't get pushed down like Nvidia did. This one just kind of sat there, small candles, made a bullish 5-minute candle, then a new high. That would have been my entry as a continuation trade. Stop loss right below the level, quickly move it in, and you're going up to 197. It's a $1 move. So lots of opportunity. Shit, now I'm getting FOMO. Damn, it's not fair. Cut this down when
uh,
you're done.
Kyle, no, I do not use measured movement. I'm hearing about it for the first time this week from you, Abby, right? Because you trade a couple of ones this week like that. So I don't trade that way. But yeah, man, very very interesting. Worth taking a look at and see how you can apply it to your trade book. So
Yeah. Yeah, and guys, this isn't some magic new thing. I mean, I read it in a book in like 2017, and I've used it on and off over the years, and you'll find it in many different books. But then it's a matter of how do you apply it? Can you apply it in a way where you can manage your risk and get into good positions and with consistency, as in you tried 5 times, it failed, and you abandoned it. That's not consistency. You got to have like 100 attempts or 200 attempts. Then you have statistics. And then you know if you're able to perceive it correctly and use it or execute upon it correctly. And what's your win rate? What's your hit rate? What's your RVR? And then if it's really working for you, then you're in business. But it's really hard to do that. Again, that's why you have communities and mentors and moderators and all of that. That's again the power of it. Again, I'm just gonna say the same thing. I wouldn't be here without all the support system that I've had over the years, including Carlos and everyone here. And yeah, it's fantastic, really. That's what it takes. Because it is hard when you lose 10 in a row and you're trying
oof.
something new.
Oh yeah.
You lose three in a row and you think, oh, the hell with this. But that's nothing. 10 in a row is nothing. 1 month
Yeah,
straight is
yep,
nothing. You gotta go for a quarter, go for 3 months, and then talk to me.
yep,
So
yep.
that's when it matters. Yeah. Yeah. What do we got here? Cool. Measured moves. Yeah. Fun, fun. Don't have to go hunting around for stuff. So Tesla's getting interesting again. Look at this. Like I was saying earlier, my expectation is, here's another trick. I mean, it's not even a trick, it's just basics. Look at the lows getting higher on Tesla. The first candle, then the next low is higher, the next low is higher. And what do you expect? Next low is higher. What do you think is going to happen? It's just going up. It's an uptrend. You can draw a trend line if you like trend lines. But the structure I see is consolidation, breakout, retest. The big move of the day is happening now. We're halfway through the big move. And as expected, as it approaches the high of day, it's gonna mess around, probably pull back, probably a deep pullback, as you can see, the sellers were pretty heavy up here. And if it truly bounces again, makes another higher low, the trend is intact and you're on your way. And we still have like 4.5 hours in the day. So, I mean, it's a
I
tremendous
know
amount of time.
it is a great Friday, man. This Friday is very very active. I knew it. I'm like going into the inauguration. You're not open on Monday. Would have been nice to be open on Monday because we could have taken a lot of this live action while it's happening. But today you're gonna see a lot of those moves, and then you're gonna see some moves break out until Tuesday as well. I'm sure. But yeah, it's a great Friday because usually Fridays are not that great for me. But today's awesome. So. And I think
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the close. I think the close is going to be very, very active as well. That last hour or so. I mean, you'll probably be like in your fifth sleep there, but I
Yeah.
but yeah, hopefully you'll be sleeping. If not, I don't know. But it is actually this Friday for you, so you might be looking at it from the club. It's okay. But yeah, absolutely, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, exciting today. Exciting. Yeah, it would be great if Monday was good or open, go long DJT basically. And that's it. But that's kind of a simple thesis. But I mean, that's risky. Don't do that. But yeah, be fun. I think today is interesting. Here's another thing. In the mentorship I was doing this morning, trading live with them, with all my mentees, they were asking about today's triple witching on options. All of them expired today, so today's expected to be a choppy, messy day. And my answer to that was I've actually attempted over the years to gather statistics on that, and I have found nothing that reliably tells me triple witching day is a choppy day or not a choppy day. It's almost as if there's no impact in the way I perceive price action. And so like today, fantastic opportunities all across the board, and it's triple witching day. We'll have other triple witching days where that look like yesterday, where most things were very difficult. So you can kind of get abstract with indicators and looking at trying to find leading indicators. But the truth is the best indicator is price action. Real time in the moment, what is happening? Look, Tesla's at 433.20, 433.25, 432.09. I mean, that's real time price action. You can see it right on the screen right now. So, focus in on that, and that'll tell you most of what you need to know. All the other stuff I would say are supporting indicators, including measured moves for me. So all that stuff, again, real time in the moment, you know what's really going on. Again, I learned that from Jesse Livermore, put it that way. Well, not that he taught me, but I read his books, and I found that very inspirational. He's just reading the tape on his yacht and putting on $2 million trades. What the hell?
Jeez, it's wild.
And that was the 30s or 40s or whatever, it was way back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in the market has been done before. It's just, again, where you understand the way you look at it and how can you interpret and actually act on it. So, and don't go crazy too. Like I worked with a lot of traders, especially with P Capital Bootcamp. And don't go crazy just trying to follow everything you see, right? Because I have newer traders, especially, that they'll jump from strategy to strategy to strategy. If you're starting out, you're trying a strategy, finish that process of trying that out. Finish your actual sample set, right? Before you just start adding on, like, for example, this or something else, or something, the next best shiny thing comes on, you move to that. Try not to do that. Try to stick to a plan. That's very important, because then you can never find consistency or what works for you.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Consistency, let it run the course. The law of large numbers is a very powerful law.
Yes,
Stick to
indeed.
that. You don't want to fight that. We have Mia here asking me if I have a girlfriend. Well, that depends who's asking.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
Why do I always get these dirty questions?
Send me an email. We're taking applications. I'm his broker, and we'll put you on the list. It's a large
Yes,
fee, I'll tell you that much.
Yes. You got to pay to apply for that position. That's a big one. Get in touch with Carlos, please.
Yeah, get in touch with me, carlos@bearwithtrades.com. Send me an email. We will take care of you. All right.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I come on YouTube hunting for girlfriends. That's right. Is that what it looks like?
And our
Oh, man.
community's like that, man. Like, we don't have, like, we have a couple of millionaire traders, and you wouldn't tell. You'd be sitting next to them and you wouldn't tell. They're very humble. They're very chill, cool, and collected. It's not that type of bro pumping chest community. It's real people, real life people, right? It's awesome. I like that. So, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that drew me towards it as well in the first place. Coming online, and there was Brian and Andrew, and they're pretty fun. They're not like in suits and dictating what you can do, and you cannot talk to me. I'm too big for you. It just never has that. Never had that. That's beautiful. And again, I've seen
Yeah.
that in other places. So, yeah, that's fantastic.
You know what's going to be interesting going into this weekend? Bitcoin. Bitcoin, because it's the only thing that's going to be open to trade, right? So into Sunday as well, Bitcoin will be moving. The price will be moving. I see MSTR trying to go for the highs right now. I see Mara doing his thing, had a little pullback and went back up. I think this is going to be one to watch, man, coming in on Tuesday. I don't trade Bitcoin, right? Because you could trade 24 hours. Do you trade Bitcoin at all? Have you ever even looked at it, Avi, or no?
I started my journey into the financial world with crypto in
No way.
2017. Yeah, so Bitcoin was the first thing I ever traded ever,
I
and it
did
was
not
at
know
like
that.
3,000. Yeah. So yeah, and then don't turn a day trade into an investment. Well, I did, and it worked. But
Oh,
that was
man.
2017. I had no idea. I had like put all my life savings, my whole net worth into crypto at the time, and held on for
Right.
5 years. So that was a ride.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it worked well, which basically financed my day trading journey, and here we are now.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, actual day trading, crypto, I mean, I just got lucky at one point, but I've never studied it. I know a lot of people
Yeah.
do it. I don't know if it functions this way or not, but as you said, it's open for business. I would expect the forex markets are open too. No, they're closed on the weekends, right? And yeah, so there's something. I'm sure there'll be people active in crypto. It went over 100,000, right, today? Is that right?
Yeah, it
Or
went to
yesterday?
102. I don't know if it stayed there. I think it hit like 102 last time I checked.
Mm.
So
No.
let's check right now, see what's up. But coming into Tuesday, that's going to be a lot of fun.
How
And
do you
don't
do
forget,
Bitcoin?
guys. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just looking to pop up Bitcoin on DOS. I'm not sure how to do it. I'm trying to figure it
So
out.
I
But
found
anyway.
out it's like hashtag BTC, but I found that price is
Mm.
some kind of like delayed pricing. It's not the actual Bitcoin price. So I just
Mm.
look it up online. It's 104. Oh, thank you guys. 104, 700, right? So 104, man. This thing is rocking. It is rocking. So
Fantastic.
I'm looking at the 5 year here, and are we at all time highs? No, not yet. We were all time highs back in December 16, 106. So we're trying, man. It's gonna be a fun
Mm,
weekend, I think.
yeah, exciting. Yeah, I might pay attention to it. Really fun.
Yep.
Look at that,
All time
guys. As
highs, all
expected.
records.
Nice. Look at that. Tesla going through the level and in a smaller scale, breakout, retest on its way up again. This is healthy price action. I know it looks messy. It looks like big up and down candles, but you cannot have a big bullish move without pullbacks. And where'd you get pullbacks? At levels? That's about it. So this is looking less and less like it could be a double top. Ideally, it does more of a consolidation before the high of day breakout, which sets it up very nicely for the next level up, which is likely 440 or whatever it may be. So looking healthy on Tesla at the moment. If you guys are in this, fun, fun. Otherwise, yeah, go buy Bitcoin at what is it, 104? And I don't know I
104.
can't tell you I don't know what's gonna happen.
Hey, this could be cheap. We just don't know. Like I always get the question, I'm like, oh, should I buy now? It depends. What's your plan? What's your time frame? Right? Like if
Yeah.
you strongly believe in the product, then just start buying in, right? Like if just start buying slowly as it goes down, buy. Just keep constantly buying, more like an investment. If you strongly believe in it, but if you're trying to day trade it, there's no right answer, you know. To swing trade like from one day to the next, no, who knows, man. This thing could wake up on Tuesday morning at 99. So just we don't know.
Yeah, and from what I've understood is commissions are high, expenses are very high, and yet spreads are a problem. And it's just, I don't know. These are stories that I hear, not that I know they're true or not.
Okay,
So it
okay.
just sounds like it sounds a very troublesome thing to do when you just have this right here. We have the Mag 7, and this is established. It's even regulated to a certain degree.
Hmm.
And we have leveraged instruments too, options that I do. You can have futures if you want to do the SPY and Qs as well. I mean, there's all kinds of really well-established ways of doing things in the traditional financial markets. That it's, again, like I said earlier, it's not technically complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
But trying to figure out a brand new market, and crypto is what, 15 years old. So I still call that brand new and relatively.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So there's I wouldn't trust it. I don't trust it. I can tell you, I moved away from that. I started there and I moved away from that for good reason. Couldn't figure it out. And there was no, genuine material or people you could trust because everyone there's now suddenly a crypto adopter and making a big TikTok video and who is this person from where? What? It's all kinds of buzz out there. Nonsense, really.
Yep.
So, you know, stick to what's true.
Yeah,
So,
25K PTD. It's annoying. Blake commented in the chat saying that 25K. He's just right below 25K, so he has his account splits three different brokers to be able to day trade. Right, you do 3 trades on one, go to the next one, do 3 trades there, 3 trades on the other one. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, PDT would be. I wish they would just get rid of it. Like it makes sense back, who knows when. Not anymore
mm,
with the amount of people that have access to trade the stock market that want to take
yeah.
$5,000 and day trade. Why not? Let them day trade. I mean, I don't recommend you day trade $5,000 without knowing what you're doing because the market's just gonna eat that up. Andrew talked about this earlier. Do the funded account cheaper,
Yeah.
and you can see if you're ready to trade live. So it's a good buffer. And you'd be
Mhm.
surprised. A lot of us are not ready to trade live, right? Or maybe you
Mm.
are. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But definitely try that.
Yeah, that funded account, man. Again, another thing I wish was here when
I
I
know where you're
started
going.
trading.
I
God
know where
damn.
you're going.
Would have saved so much money, cash. Just,
When
there's
I joined BBT 2017 as we almost start getting to wrap this up here. 2017, and I remember it being very very smart. Education Center was like 5 courses all done by Andrew. And great courses. Like some of the material there we still use now. Like that stuff. The way I set up my platforms and everything, I still use it now for my 5-minute RB. Still works. So it's awesome. Like this many years later, this process has not changed. Because that was one of my things too. Not to get off topic, that I was concerned. Like, what if this thing stops working? Dude, I'm going on 8 years, right? It's the same thing. It's like it doesn't change. But that's one of your concerns when you don't have other side income. It's like, okay, how is this going to to work. I said, what if it changes? You know, so so you worry about that. But yeah, it was 5 classes by Andrew, and now, dude, we have simulator. I had to pay for a simulator. We got free simulator. We got this. It's a lot of fun, and not to pump ourselves in the chest, but I tell new traders on the morning class, man, take advantage of it because some people
Yeah.
still we give the free access and people don't take advantage of it. Like they're just not willing to put in the work, right? And this is tough work,
Mm.
unfortunately. So
Yeah. It's work, it's tough work, and just like anything, we've all said this many times. You don't get into any profession without first studying 4 years, then slowly finding a job, then breaking into the industry. You're 10 years in by the time you're really, at work and making a career out of it. In day trading, you got to treat it that way. I'm not saying 10 years, but realistically, 3 years, which is ridiculously short compared to all other careers. And in 3 years of really focusing on day trading, I think that's plenty of time. As long as you're a responsible adult, you're not throwing money around, you'll be okay in that time frame. And again, it sounds like a long time, but relatively, you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something else, it's another world. I was in the aviation world. I mean, it takes forever. Try and be a
yeah,
captain on some airline. The
aviation
hell with it,
takes forever, man. Yeah,
Yeah, man. I'm glad I got out of
that's
that. And I was halfway through in
yeah,
aviation too. And I quit. And then 5 years after that, I got into trading. And I still don't have grandkids. I'm figuring this as like my third career, So
yep,
relatively,
yep.
3 years is not that long.
It's not
And
long at
and
all,
it's
man.
worth it. It's super worth it. It's really give it the time it deserves, is the way I like to say it. And it's
Yep.
worth it. It's tremendous. We're lucky to be here.
Yeah, yeah, we are, man. We surely are. Just looking
Yes.
through my watch list, see if anything else is happening. Apple's pulling back below the VWAP. Amazon's
Mm,
going sideways. Intel had great news and did nothing. I mean,
mm,
it just
mm.
went sideways. Rivian coming back to the low of the day. So yeah, it's Mara hanging out here. My eyes are on Bitcoin stuff today. I'm not gonna take no more trades today, but my eyes are on Bitcoin. I think it's gonna be fun going into the close and into this weekend.
Bitcoin, fun, fun. Yeah, I'm watching this as well. Nvidia, about 30 minutes ago, I would have said definitely didn't look bullish because the bears pushed it tremendously down. But now I'm saying it's not looking bearish at all. It's made a new
Yeah.
high. So the bearish thesis is dead. And I won't say the bullish thesis is on yet. For now, the only thesis is it's choppy. It's stuck here. If it does something now where it does a huge long tail hammer and closes a 5 minute candle like that, not likely, but if that happens, then you can say there's massive new bulls in the markets and the new high would be an entry and off you go to the next levels up. But for now, this is what I like to call perfect stagnation price action. Just don't touch it. It may go, and right now it
Yep.
may pop and go in any direction, but there is no setup. Absolutely none. So again, that's one of my setups, as in it tells me when not to trade, when it's just stuck. Doesn't go, so don't touch it. And looking at this again, showing you the values of levels. What happened to Google? Double bottom? Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. That's it. What else you want? So if you got that double bottom, you take a chunk of your profits, maybe 80% up there, and you're risk free. It may still bounce off 195, go again. I don't know. But for now, you can expect things to happen at levels. That's the power of it. That's why I like them. Same thing on Meta. Did that reversal. How far did it go? Approximately level. Even got halfway to the next one. And here's another one. Look at price action. You can see where it was choppy earlier. Big move down, it got choppy. And when it went back, where did it get messy? Well, where it was messy previously. That's it. You can almost
Yep.
predict this stuff, you know. So, and we saw that on Apple as well. Where'd it go? What was it? Yeah, you see the wicks here? Sure enough, when I got into that zone, see where the wicks are here. It did set up. I would have added here. If I was in this reversal, I would have taken a lot of profits and added and been break even stop out, which would have probably happened at this 230.80 area or so. But it would have been, 3R on the way up already, 3 or 5 or whatever it may have been, a partial trade. So again, risk management, price action, the most important thing. And you're on your way. And let's see, Tesla. Again, I call this healthy price action. It's consolidating, definitely not bearish, not bullish at the moment, but healthy. You can see the lows are getting higher and higher. You can see this low again, higher than the previous, tremendously higher actually. So waiting for the new buyers to come in to have enough, buying strength and no more paper hands. You want diamond hands to push through that big selling, right? Basically high of daybreak, and then you're off. Of all these things, I think Tesla looks the most bullish, the most potential for a bullish move. And yeah, so anyways, yeah, fun, opportunistic day. For now, it's a wait and see period, probably 30 minutes or so of that. Yeah, Neil, consolidation time. There you go. You got it. Yeah, JJ levels are basically repeating support and resistance lines. Well, the best levels are support turned resistance or the other way around. Again, Tesla's a perfect example today. Look at that. It was resistance turned into support. And levels are areas. Again, you can see it's like a zone here. It's not a precise, 427.39. That's not. That's why when I move them, you find I put them in like slightly different places, but they're approximately there. It's a zone. And then you're really paying attention to price action. Where do you put your stop loss? Well, at the bottom of the candle. Use the price action rather than levels. And as in levels are secondary. Know its place. Everything's got its place. So let's see what else. Can't believe it's a 3-day weekend. I just didn't anticipate that. Didn't even prepare myself for that. I'm like, now what do I do? Like shit.
Yeah.
Oh well,
My
I'll
kids
find
remind me
something.
sometime. My kids are off, so we have their calendar. We're always looking at it, so I see that they're off. Like, oh, let me see if the market's off, and it was. Um, so
Nice. So your kids are off, the schools are off in the US, I guess, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
For
Yeah,
Martin
my
Luther
kids
King
still.
Day,
All
MLK.
right, it's MLK.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Awesome.
does the inauguration fall on that same day every time? Like when we have the inauguration, I don't think it's a day off because I remember a few years back. I think we were working. I don't remember. I don't think it's
I,
just we're not off because of the presidential inauguration. We're off just because
hmm.
MLK. This happened to be at the same day, but I don't
Who's
think we're off.
planning behind that? That'd be interesting. I don't
Hmm.
believe in that kind of a coincidence. I'm sure there's bigger hands at play. Again, conspiracy theory stuff. But
So
I don't know,
inauguration is
man.
always the 20th, but Martin Luther King Day is not the 20th. So okay, they won't fall together. But then the question is, are we off on inauguration day every 4 years? Is the market closed? I don't think so.
I don't remember it being closed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember being closed. I remember being here. Um, it was closed. I don't remember that. Okay,
Yeah. Cool.
4 years ago. Yeah, well,
4 years ago. Wow. That rings another bell. You guys in the day trading world, it's amazing the kind of progress you can make in just 6 months. You can get so caught up in the daily action. Today I made money. Today I lost money. I want to change my trade. But then we can get into all that minute, petty stuff in your own head. Your head will play games with you. But then you step back, zoom out, and look at your trading today compared to 6 months ago. And you'll be shocked. Almost everyone is. I do it all the time. I'm like, whoa, it's a world of difference. Where I was 6 months
hmm
ago, look at my charts and look at my trades, which is just like I can't recognize that guy, you know? So that's important to look at, and that's a celebration. Really celebrate that you are progressing in your processes and your risk management, and accordingly, your P&L will catch up. Consistency, will the results will catch up to you. So that's one of those tricky things. That's one of the things I tell my mentees quite a bit, especially in one-on-one sessions and working with them for years at a time sometimes. And yeah, really zooming out helps most things, solves most problems really.
Yeah, so the market was closed. You know why we don't remember it? We were probably stuck in size. 2021, early 2021. I think my wife was still working from home at that time.
Oh.
So it didn't feel like any different type of day. So, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, we were all locked
That
up,
makes
huh?
sense. Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
think a lot of stuff was still, at least work wise. I remember still my wife was working from home. Then they went hybrid, then they went full. That's what
All
JP
righty.
Morgan wants. JP Morgan wants everybody back to work. JP Morgan,
Um,
Elon Musk, everybody get back to the 9 to 5. You know, let's
oh
go.
man. I can't even imagine a 9 to 5 now. It's been years and years and years since I even considered it. My goodness.
Yeah,
Again, the
yeah.
beautiful thing about getting into this kind of contrarian career, fantastic freedoms that you can achieve. Wow. Yeah, how interesting.
Especially now, man. It's so cold over here. I pass when I drop the kids off at school. I pass by a couple of bus stops that go straight to the city. I used to take that bus, so I know exactly how that feels. And man, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm
Uh,
not you right now because it is cold. Talk about a feel of like 9 in the morning here. It's just ridiculous, right? With that wind, and they're sitting there waiting for a bus, standing waiting for a bus.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no. You know, the coldest winters I ever experienced were well, I'll give it some context. I lived in New York, I lived in Colorado, spent a lot of time in New Jersey as well. Those are all cold, snowy places, especially Colorado up in the mountains.
Hmm.
But San Francisco, when I lived there, those were the coldest winters. Seriously cold.
Really?
It never snowed. It never, the temperature never got that low, but the fog and the cold with the fog and the humidity, man, on you wake up and I used to, take off at 5 a.m. So be up out of bed at 3, get to the airport, prepare the airplane and do all that stuff. And my God, you're starting a cold engine and my hands would freeze on the tarmac. Gosh, those little props, you're flying all kinds of little airplanes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man, and it's just so cold, and I don't know why. In New York, even though it was slushy a lot, and when it snowed, it was disgusting, but it didn't feel that cold on the body. Even Colorado was actually
I
comfortable. I
think you get
enjoyed it.
used to it, man. I think what it is, I think you just get used to it. My brother now he moves to Florida. He comes back up here, and this weather he would not pull out his phone to text anybody. But he did. He was the type that this weather he'll be biking, cycling, right? And I'm like, you're crazy. So he's been there for a few years. I think your body just adapts to the
Yeah,
weather, man. It's wild.
it's amazing. Yeah. What's the
Tesla's
temperature
getting
today in
stuck.
Tesla? Yeah, where is it? Yep, it's sitting there.
Yes, it's
Sitting
choppy,
there.
man. We're just going sideways.
Sweet.
Let's see what happens at 12. That's after 12. I mean, we won't be around for it, but after 12 into the close, I think you might have a little more action. Again, it is Friday. Volume tends to die down, but I think this is going to be a great close. That's what I'm betting my money on. I mean, again, I don't trade the close often, but I'm betting my money that we're going to have some good action towards the close of this market. So,
Yes. I'm still seeing Tesla as generally bullish on the day. As long as it stays above this 432 area, consolidating where it is, and it could do that for hours, or however long it wants, that sets it up nicely for a good push to the upside if the volatility and all that happens later. So
yep.
again, nothing is guaranteed, but that's the instinct I have for this at the moment. Yeah. But for now, yeah, it's that sit and wait time of the day. We have plenty of action already. Everyone needs to rest.
Thoughts on the AMD going into February 4th earnings? Who knows? I mean, it's going to be fun. But AMD's got some. I mean, we'll dive into it and we'll do some. We're probably going to do this one live too on YouTube. But if you look at the AMD daily, man, they have some issues. I don't know what it is. For their competitors to be doing so well and them to be going the opposite direction, I don't know. They could be either a good buy if they can turn things around, or they cannot. They could just stay stuck here. But usually when your competitor is doing well, you're at least moving in the same direction with all the semis. AMD's not doing that, at least not in the last year or two. So I don't know. It's very
Yeah.
very interesting, right? You see that it's
Mm.
just straight down, man.
Yeah.
Compared to like, yeah, right. It's compared to like an Nvidia. Nvidia on the other hand, the same time frame is going the other direction. So you know,
Yep. There you go.
AMD's struggling on the long term here. So we'll have to see.
Very interesting. Yeah. I remember there was not, maybe it was earlier last year or something. There was a certain period of time where you could basically trade AMD or Nvidia. They were just moving together all the time. But obviously in the long term is not the case, and recently especially it's not the case. Where AMD is just stuck today, for example, and Nvidia is bullish.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that Nvidia up and AMD stuck. That's it. So yeah, that correlation is no longer in place.
Melanie, yes, it has been 7 years. Melanie's been with us in the chat for since the beginning of the pre-market show. So yeah, it's been 7 years we're doing this live show on YouTube. Um, because I started a year after I joined BBT. So yeah, Nvidia. As far as resistance, it's hard to tell. I mean, they're still far away from their all-time highs. This area here, they can still break out of this area. They had a massive sell-off, so I won't call this resistance, but it is a level of interest because if you look at the daily, you can see there is a lot going on there at that 138. So there's a lot happening there. It could be strong resistance, but Nvidia, man, it could blow through that very, very easily. Like we've seen it done plenty of times. Right? Look at what's this beginning of the year, the first 2 days of the year, I think. Huge gaps up. Right, gave it all back in one day, but massive move ups, made a new all-time high, and then slammed back down. So I think Nvidia at any moment can give you that type of action.
Mhm. Yeah, Nvidia's excellent day trading ticker, just volatile movement, that's what you
Yeah.
want. So it has that. As far as swing trading, longer term, I can't talk to you about that. I do investments in a totally different mindset. But yeah, I wouldn't touch Nvidia overnight, but that's just my style. But yeah, that's big sell-off. Wild. Yeah, look at that.
T-Man is Norm still with BBT. He still has access to the chat. I talk to him once in a while. He's doing good, man. You know, whether he's with BBT or not, he's still a friend of ours, and then we keep in contact with him. And he's doing well. So him, his family, his son. We have a lot of love for Norm. So yeah, so we still keep in contact with him. Spent a lot of time with
Yeah.
that guy, man, doing this show. A lot of time, so a lot of great memories. I remember being on and my wife calling me in the middle of the show, say, "Hey, you gotta get to the hospital. I gotta get checked in for my son." So I was like, "Holy cow! All right, let me wrap up this show, and I gotta go. About to have a son." So yeah, so it's a lot of good memories, man. And once BBT, always BBT, man. That's how we roll.
Yeah, yeah. You get the tattoo once you're in here,
Oh, you
man.
get the
That's it.
tattoo. You're not getting away from us, man. No, 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 no. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
And we love him and miss him. So yeah, once BBT, always BBT.
Absolutely, man. Norm was great. I remember when I started, it was you and Norm. Every day I would plug into you guys from
Yeah, yeah,
Colorado at like 6 in the morning. I'm just like Norm and Carlos always in my head. Love it.
absolutely. I'll be doing this until like I said, until my OnlyFans page takes off. I'll send you guys the link once it does that, and then I'll hand it off to somebody else to kind of take the reins of the pre-market show. That's all I'm waiting for. I'm not waiting for trading to take off. I'm waiting for my OnlyFans. Friends,
Yeah.
have an amazing weekend. This is a lot of fun. I've been covering for Paris actually. So Paris and Avi, you guys are running this show going forward. So if you guys like this show and you want to keep Avi and Paris doing this, make sure you hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. But every day from 11 to 12, Avi and Paris here. So that's awesome, man. Any plans for the weekend, Avi?
Not yet. Now it's Friday night. I shall figure it out. So let's see. I'll do something with the kids for sure. Take them out, theme parks or something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
man.
Some fun stuff. Cool, man.
Guys, have a great
Yeah.
weekend. Remember, market is closed on Monday. We're back on Tuesday. After inauguration on Monday. So it should be a really fun market day. And also, don't forget Netflix at 3:30 in the afternoon. We're gonna go live for their earnings. So look forward to that brand new stuff we're doing for the earnings season. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So take care, guys. Have a good one.
So thanks, Carlos. Thanks, everybody. Take it easy. Have a fantastic weekend. Talk to y'all soon.